Hello, anybody who might join us on hello, how are we doing? I hope we don't have connection problems. Hello, how's it going? Welcome. This is the first live. And it's gonna do that reconnecting thing every few seconds, it looks like. Let's see if it keeps it up. Hello, how's it going? Since nobody has joined so far that I've seen, if it keeps it up, maybe I'll restart the phone again and see if that helps. But hello. Oh, things are popping out. Hello. My name is Janessa, and I'm North Dakota's trash queen of glam, geek, and gore. And hello, Dawn. How's it going? And hello, Dion. Hello to you. We have 2 people commenting, and yet the counter still says 0 people. So pretty excited about how YouTube is running the show. Hello, welcome. Hello. Yeah, we're gonna do a little declutter. I just was in the mood. I'm having a long weekend. I'm not prepared next week to go back to like a full week of work. Because with the holidays, I've actually had a little bit of time off, and so it's been nice to kind of bounce around and be frivolous, and yeah, so having a good time. Hello, Mama Champagne. So I thought, let's come on and declutter. I am super excited to do a little declutter. We know that I did a declutter a while ago, and then I just haven't done anything with it. This stuff is all sitting around here. So I was like, we haven't done a declutter in a while, let's do it. And we're going to talk a little bit about... you turned off a Vin Diesel to watch me. I do feel very honored to have stolen your attention from Vin Diesel. Yeah, so we are going to talk a little bit about the Nut Lab, which is going to be coming up. Dawn is doing laundry, very excited. Yeah, so I'm going to be directing a show at the Empire. I'm very excited. It's going to mess with my schedule. I put up a post on my post tab today, and so I talked a little bit more about it there, but it's a new show that has had a reading before, but it's never had a full production. Kathy Codell King, who is the artistic director for the Empire Theater Company at the Empire Arts Center in Grand Forks, she is the author of the play. And so she asked me if I would like to direct it. And we had auditions right before the new year. And the day we were supposed to have auditions, we had a blizzard. And so only one person showed up. And then one video came in. And so we had auditions the next night as well. And we got pretty much everybody that we needed. There's one person now who might have some scheduling issues. So we're going to kind of work through that and see if we can do it or if we need to find somebody else. But I'm hoping that she'll still be able to do it when we kind of figure out the schedule, because some nights everybody won't need to be there because we'll have a couple of weeks where we just do scene work and work like scene by scene. But yeah, so we're going to do some content around that. I'm very excited because I won't have as much time to attend live streams or to do live streams in the evening during the week. I don't know about lunch break lives. I usually do that when I order stuff and when it comes in, and this is weird for me to say. I don't know how I feel about it, but I actually don't have any outstanding makeup order. No, that's not true. I do have one small one from Ulta, and that's because since it flipped over to January, they had the birthday gifts. So I do have an order coming from Ulta because I ordered a couple of things just because I wanted to get the free birthday gift, because theirs are usually pretty good. Hello, Janet. How's it going? They weren't as good this year. I do have to say, like in the past, one year I got like a full size Clinique foundation. Like this was from a birthday gift. This year they were all like deluxe minis or whatever. They're still beating the pants off Sephora. Like their loyalty program is still way better. But instead of full-size problems, don't give me full-size problems. Instead of full-size products, they were all sample size. I still have this Clinique from that birthday gift that I use it occasionally. I like it. I don't love it. So I do have an order from Ulta just so I could get my birthday gift. But other than that, I'm not waiting for anything. So I don't know. Maybe I'll find something else to do with lunch break lives, because it's not really enough time to do like a look or anything. But in the evenings, I will have rehearsal. And so, but I might start to do, I was thinking about this, especially when we start doing scene work. I might do, if people are interested, and if they, not if they perform well. I'm a small channel. So like everything performs about in line with what I expect, right? And it might be something, I'm going to talk to Kathy about something that the Empire, I don't know if they have a YouTube channel, or I don't know if they want to start a YouTube channel, but I was thinking about doing just like sit down discussions with the with the cast members and stuff, and talking about their characters, and maybe talk to our costumer, because I have some ideas for the costumes I think are going to be very fun. And I know that the person that is the costumer, I've known her for a long time, and so I'm excited to work with her and stuff like that. So yeah, yeah, no full size problems, no full size problem. From Metacube, I've never tried anything from Metacube. Very interested. But yeah, so there will probably be some content coming related to the Nut Lab, and yeah, so I hope people enjoy that. And maybe it'll bring some like local Grand Forks people to my channel as well. I do appreciate having friends from all over the country, and I think we have a couple. Ellie Mae stops in; she's from the UK, and so we do have international. We are an international community, and so, but having some Grand Forks people around might be fun too. So let's get into some declutter, and let's talk about. I found these sitting here. These were in my last declutter. These are from What's Up Beauty. And these are the ones, so these are the ones that I kept. There were 3 of these palettes, and then I rearranged them. And I was just going to keep this one because I kept a few neutrals, and then I kept all the shimmers that I really, really liked. And then when I put together this, what is this one? The Geode? Yeah, the Geodes palette. When I put this together, I just liked this purple and pink and plum color story so much that I was like, I'm going to keep this. The other one is in the declutter pile right now, and I've got some bins next to me. I've got a keep bin down here, and I've got a get rid of bin over there, and we'll just start going through some stuff. But I saw these, so I was like, I think I showed these off, the rearranged ones, but we'll see. Also, I should check and see, did I switch this to all... Oh, top messages. I hate that. Okay, all messages. There we go. Make sure that I should go and make sure that I didn't miss anybody when it was still on top messages. Usually at the beginning, they give me all of them. Let's see. The D's are in the house. Yep, I think that's everything. All right, so let's go. I've got a big thing of lip products. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of a lot of here. A lot of the bins that I have kind of near me, and then we're going to go through. I have a little like drawer thing over on the side here that we'll go through. This bin is a lot of newer lip products that I've used in a few looks or that I'm starting to use, and so I don't know how much of this will go, but let's see, because I know I have a few of these trapped. Now, if you watched my trapped review, Get Ratchet With Me, not so much the glosses, but the liquid lipstick, that green liquid lipstick, I wanted to love it, and I did not. These are so pretty. I will probably hold on to most of these. Just because, is this No, this is Nevermore. And so this is, it's like a blackish gray. It is kind of fun. I'm going to keep this one for sure. Let's see what else we've got. I'm going to hold on to, this is also kind of a collection video. So if I don't get rid of a lot, if you're a person who, I know that like the fam, the people who are here around, this isn't for you because I know that you guys are just like here for whatever happens. But for the new people who might show up, just know that if I don't get rid of a lot of stuff, I don't get rid of a lot of stuff. That's what it is. You know what? These are my things. If I want to keep them, I can keep them. If you're here for a savage declutter, that's not me, but we'll see how it goes. I am going to keep all of my trap stuff right now, just because I do want to play with it more. Chlorophyll. So I got it on, but I had so much trouble. I had to go in like 10 times. I don't know if I got one that was kind of a dud or what, but it did not go on well. And then when I needed to like add a little bit more, it did not layer well. This one I'm super excited to play with, this orangey peachy one. Yeah, I'm not a great declutterer, but every once in a while when I get into stuff that is a little bit older, but especially now because some of the stuff that's here is like newer stuff, it's like I haven't even had a chance to really play with that. This one size cheek clapper trio, I think I got rid of the colorful ones. I'm kind of tempted to keep this one just because it is more of like a nudie, beigey, browny gold, and I don't have a lot of blushes like that. That's really pretty, those two colors. I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. I'm gonna also pull out a makeup wipe so that because I always say I'm not gonna swatch everything, and then I swatch everything because I just love to play. I just love to color my skin in makeup. So let's see what else we've got. Oh, some ColourPop. These can maybe These are kind of newer. I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't like the blotted lip trend. I love the idea of it, and I'm not very good at achieving it. And so I keep buying blotted lips, and ColourPop is not that expensive. Oh, yeah. I had to go in multiple times, and each time I'd shift where it was already on. Yeah, like it moved around weird, and like the color is so pretty, but I had a hard time. And because it was so fussy, like trying to get an even lip line, I'm not good at that anyway, in the best of times, and so it was a rough road. So we've got these 3 blotted lips. Well, they maybe have a little bit of a fragrance. Yeah, it's this weird, like, it's like a moussey formula. But because I wear so much makeup, that doesn't always work for me. But I keep buying them because I keep wanting it to happen. And I'm Gretchen Wieners trying to make fetch happen, and I just don't know that fetch is going to happen. I do want to keep, I mean, that's something that, like, I shouldn't give up on it. But let's see. I'm going to, because I'm sure that these will go to a good home. I will find a good home for them. I'm going to keep this bright one, this bright red. And then I'll keep the more nudie brown one. But I think this kind of like brownie pink, I think I'm going to get rid of that one. Now, which one is it? It's that one. Okay. Oh, yeah, try them out and see what you think. Yeah, the colors are so pretty. And I see pictures of people with the blotted lips, and I think it's just not for this big ol' hooker clown. I think it's for a different kind of makeup person. And so I want to, but I would love it. Dropped and broke it. She reached out if I wanted a new one. That was so nice of her, but I can still use it, so I declined. Oh, which you dropped and broke one? Oh, the trapped. I think I remember you mentioning that in a live stream. Yeah, Maggie from Gourmand Girls, if that's who you're talking about. She is lovely. I do enjoy her a lot. She is fantastic. I know in here, as we go through, I bought one of those collections of these little, I used to love these lippy sticks, and they are really good if you like a bullet lipstick. And I bought this nudie pink set, and I don't know what I was thinking, because I don't need this many nudie pinks. Like, I just don't. But they're so pretty, and they do work really well. I still really like these lippy sticks. There's something about lipsticks when they're little skinny tops like this, because like a full bullet lipstick, eventually I get that weird curve. The way I do my lips, I end up with that weird kind of curve, and then the top gets very skinny and weird. So I like when they're little thin pencils, like pencil-y kind of lipsticks like this. I'm a big fan. These are all pretty colors. I think what I'm going to do for these, because I think that set was like 10 or 12, and the more I think about it, I don't think I need... Yes, it's for our fantasy selves, absolutely. I'm going to set all of the ColourPop ones that I come across aside until I have more of them, because I look at all 3 of those, and I'm like, those are all pretty. I could see myself doing that. But I think, and then when I get to 3 more, then I'll be like, those are pretty. And I think I need to wait until I have all of them, and then be like, okay, but these are so similar that we can get rid of those. So we're going to set any of the ColourPop ones aside. This is, I went on a binge, and I was at Five Below. I love Five Below. Five Below is my favorite new place to buy plastic crap. And also apparently to just like buy random makeup, because they have a bunch of like, this is like a dupe kind of thing for Charlotte Tilbury. It's a plumping lip gloss in cherry and watermelon. The darker red is watermelon. I don't remember if these like really burn or sting. They smell kind of peppery. I know I've played with these a little bit, but I've already got something on my lips, but the first impression I'm getting is mint. But they smell peppery. Weird. I don't feel it. I did add it. There's a taste. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, I don't know what that was, but it took a while to kick in. Oh, but when it did. Speaking of blurred lips, I do also have a bunch of these Maybelline. What are these called? Maybelline makes great lip products. And again, if you like blotted lips, if that's your thing, these Maybelline Super Stay Teddy Tints could be really, really good. But I did use one in a video. It was one of my Blend Bunny videos, I think, where I used a lip tint. Because I had done, I think it was maybe the Ellis Volume 1. Um, I don't mind stinging if it's not too intense. I'll take a fair amount of stinging, but that had a taste that was not good. So these Teddy tints, yeah, they're just that weird like moussey formula. And I think because I wear so much foundation, it just like I want to like these. I want to like them so bad. There's a brown. I feel like if I was doing like a blotted lip, I would be doing kind of like a soft, neutrally lingerie look. So I think that those are all pretty though. I think I'm going to get rid of the red. I don't know if I would do like a red blotted lip. Although the one I did was like a bright orange. So, oh God, is this the wrong night for a declutter? Is this the night where I declutter not a single thing except those two gross lip glosses? Oh, here's another one. Kind of a beigey, peachy. I've been buying so many things that color. I have liked a nude lip. I've liked doing a bold eye look and a nude lip more, so I do like more nude kind of lip things. Do I need all 5 of these? Absolutely not. So how do we choose? How do we choose? Declutters are so hard for me. I am going to get rid of this red. I'm going to get rid of the red. Someone will love that. It's not for me. I've got 2 pinks. I think I'm going to keep Petal Core. I've been into warmer pinks. That's also weird for me. I usually like cool bubblegummy pinks. This one is cooler, but I like this one. And I'm going to keep the brown because I do like that kind of shade. And I'll keep this kind of nudie color. We'll keep 3 of them. We'll get rid of 2. Okay. Oh, Blend Bunny Masterclass lip oils. Love that. I couldn't remember. Yeah, this is my fantasy self collection. This is it. Any of the Blend Bunny lip oils from the Masterclass collection, I'm absolutely keeping. Any of these Maybelline, let's look at the colors just to be sure. But these Maybelline, these are my favorite drugstore liquid lipstick ever. Hello, Tanya. Good. We start rehearsals tomorrow. I have a production meeting with the sound person and the light person, and so more of the tech people. Maybe costume person is coming tomorrow, and then on Monday I have a meeting with the set builder and the stage manager to map out the rehearsal schedule, and then rehearsals start on Wednesday. I'm very excited. So I like all of those colors. Maybelline Superstay Matte Lip Ink. These are so good. They recently changed the package. The packaging is now it looks really cute and it's very sleek, but it's thin plastic and it's kind of garbage. But the formula is still good from the couple that I've tried. So I'm sad that they changed the packaging because I actually liked the packaging a little better. There's kind of a maroon one, or is this a black one with like a maroon cap? This is a black. Their black lipstick. Dion, if you're in the mood to try a new black lipstick, if you can find, this was like a special collection, but I think they have a black in their Superstay matte inks that's ready to go. I love those. We're keeping all of those. Let's see. Unearthly Cosmetics. We know how we felt about that. Maybelline Ink Vinyl. Oh, interesting. I don't know if I tried those. That doesn't sound familiar. This is the shade Destroy. Look at that. And this is a liquid lipstick, I believe. Yes, this is one of their liquid lipsticks. So I am going to keep that because I do like that nudie color. I know I've used that in a couple looks and really liked it. Their glosses, I may be ready to part with some of my Unearthly glosses, but I do like their liquid lipstick. This is a Blend Bunny liquid lipstick. I bought this on one of their clearance sales. I haven't really used it. I love Blend Bunny, but I don't think that their lip products so far have been my favorite. I do think the glosses, like the lip oils, are very good. I think I'm going to get rid of that one. Lunar Beauty. Oh, this is one. I do love their packaging. That is a pretty color. That is kind of a unique color for me. That's kind of a fun, deep purple. We'll keep that one. I don't know that I love Lunar Beauty glosses. So the glosses may go. This is another Blend Bunny. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that one. Mega Glitter. Oh, these from Wet n Wild. These are kind of fun. Their liquid lipstick formula, Wet n Wild, I don't find to be very good, but when they do the liquid lipsticks with the glitter in them, they're kind of fun because then you press it together and you get a glittery effect. Isn't it good? Did I miss something from that Janet said? Hey, Tanya. Oh, I don't know. I don't see what she was referring to, but I'm not sure if it's good. A dupe for Urban Decay if they still make that. Oh, are you talking about those lip vinyl? The Maybelline vinyls? Yeah, I think they were discontinued. I remember seeing them around. I tried one from, I think, Urban Decay, and I didn't like it. So I never tried the House Labs. I never tried the Maybelline, because it just wasn't for me. I'm going to keep both of those. Is this the video where I just move lip products from one to another? Oh, here's the new packaging. And it's very similar, except it's got the, like, matte ink embossed into it, and the plastic feels much thinner, so it's not, but the formula still feels good. This is the black, what is the shade name? Thrill Seeker. Yeah, this black liquid lipstick is phenomenal. I used this for a couple looks and it's really good. Let's see, we've got this NYX lip lingerie. I keep going back to these. I'm gonna hold on to this for now because there are some new NYX things that have been coming out. They came out with that new powder. They came out with the new the buttermelt, but in the like cream stick. Hey Alex, how's it going? And so I'm thinking about doing a video with NYX in it. So I'm gonna keep this I should keep that out so that I don't lose it. So I know where it is, because I don't have a lot of NYX lip products. The Wet n Wild Cloud Pout, another Fantasy Self product. Yes. Hello, Alex. Hello, hello. All right, let's get into some Revlon. Revlon, I know that they've had some issues. I think they've kind of come out of it a little bit, and their lip products are always phenomenal. So these are glittery glosses that I picked up. I really like these. Is this gonna be a video where I just keep everything? I mean, I definitely like the pink and the coral. Coral! Any Walking Dead fans? Coral! I love those memes. Those are both pretty. I'm keeping all of those. This was probably the wrong bin to stop with, because there is also a lot of new stuff, because I'm also seeing like all these Gavisi Beauty. Remember, I just unpacked these in December because they were having a big like Black Friday sale in November, and so I got all of these that were like $2 a piece. I need to finish The Walking Dead. I got through the beginning of season 7 where they introduced Negan. I watched that first episode because I was in a hotel when it was on, so I didn't have to wait for it to go to streaming. And then when the season came out on streaming, I just never watched it, and so I haven't caught up with it. But yeah, Coral. Oh, I love it. So those are all Gavisi Beauty. Also, something not going anywhere. I love the Glam Light. If you watched my Best Beauty of 2020, 5. I had to think for a second what year it is. I had said that Glamlight, their game set match, they're like they got the award for the best like makeup sets, and I love these are the glosses from the coffee collection. Love them, and I know the lipsticks are in here too, and I am obviously keeping all of those. You know what? They are still new, but I'm like I feel like sometimes I'm over glossed. I feel like I have too much gloss, even if they're good. Oh, oh, but not as much as Daryl. I was a Carol fan. So my favorite, I loved Carol. And what I loved about Carol is that she apparently in the comic books died way earlier, way, way earlier. Like she would have died in like season 2, I think. Season 2 or early season 3. Um, basically, and so then all the stuff they had to write for her after that was all new, and it was some of the best in the show. I loved it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep all of that. Yeah, Tanya, I don't know if there is too much gloss, but I clearly I'm running a social experiment to find out because I just can't seem to get rid of glosses. This Fenty Heat, I do like this. I sometimes just wear this myself, so actually I might take this out of my like drag stuff and put it in my bag so that I have it. See if there's anything. This is another one of those mega glitters. We'll keep that from Wet n Wild. These are some older Blend Bunny lip oils. So let me see how I feel about these. Because I feel like the smell, or blush, I know there's never enough blush. I clearly am still on my blush journey. I thought it was over, and I was wrong. I don't mind the smell of that. That's kind of a fun grape. I like things that are grape scented. I'm going to get rid of these two, the orange and the clear. I don't use clear gloss hardly ever. It's just not a thing. Another Blend Bunny lipstick. I'm going to get rid of that. Let's see. This Unicorn Snot is brand new. I haven't used this particular color. Oh, you like Carol too? Yeah, I love Carol. Season 5 Carol was peak for me. When she was in Alexandria and she started wearing all the sweater sets and then was like running around and like threatened to kill that abusive man. And she's like, go ahead. Nobody would believe you. I'm running around baking cookies for people in a sweater set. She's like, I'll kill you dead and nobody will ever believe I did it. I loved her. Oh, I love Carol. Oh. Yeah, I love Carol. So good. Yeah, I have so many glosses. I'm gonna get rid of this brown one as well. Although, what did these? This was the lingerie palette one. These smell like mint. I do like that. But you know what? I've got other brown products. I'm gonna get rid of that one. Gavisi Beauty, that's new. This is another Glam Light gloss. I think this is from maybe the dessert collection. Got knocked in here. We'll keep that. I love this. I'm gonna get rid of this one. This might go into my makeup memories just because I do like this, this blue and this sugar collection that they did with Sugar and, what was it? Sugar and Grunge that they had to rename. Unicorn Snot is new. I'm gonna keep that. Gavisi Beauty, these are the new ones. Again, need to kind of put those into rotation. And sometimes things, they'll like be in my rotation and the stuff that I'm trying to use, I usually keep like on the makeup desk as much as possible or like in one of these drawers on the side. And if I put it there and I don't use it for a certain amount of time, even if I've never used it, I'm like, okay, I think that's the clue that like you weren't as excited about that as you thought. Yeah, yeah, and I love that she was sticking up for that woman who's being abused because that was her like season 1 arc, because that her husband was abusing her. I'm gonna keep that Trapped. I like that purple. This is a Unicorn Snot. I like that one. Used that for the gem look. It was a lot of fun. I did like this. Yeah, I always have a ton of lip balms and lip glosses and things that in my bag that I can put on my lips. These glosses all look the same. As I'm pulling out these Glam Light glosses, I'm like, they also look exactly the same. But maybe someday we'll have a sit down with Glam Light specifically to go through and be like, do you really need all of these? But for right now, I really do. I really do. And season 2 with Sophia in the barn. Oh my God. That was one of those. Season 2 almost lost me because it was kind of slow. It was kind of a drag. And then when they had that episode with Sophia, I was like, oh shit. Okay. I was like, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. I'm here for Carol. If Carol dies, we riot. I'm like, we're Those are two of the Glam Light Coffee Lippies. We'll put those in there. Let's see here. These are from Wet n Wild. These are part of that. Have you guys seen? I don't know if your YouTube is the same as my YouTube. The commercial for this Chameleon collection where that woman is at like a music festival and then it like flips and flips and it's 4 different songs. All 4 of the songs on that commercial are bangers. Like they are actually good songs. Sometimes I watch that whole commercial just because of how much I like those songs. Yeah, it was absolutely sad, but it was so well done and it was so necessary to the plot. It was so good. I'm gonna keep those, the Chameleon Lippies from Wet n Wild. This is fairly new. This is from the Cosmic Collection. This is that tinted lip oil. How pigmented is this? I know I used the like blue one for something. It's so sheer. It's got a little bit of base pigment, but it's so sheer. I'm going to get rid of this one. I'm going to keep the blue glitter one that came in that collection. And I think there's a liquid lipstick that I'm going to keep. But I'm going to get rid of that one. Oh, then we have these Nomad. There's always, when there's sets, I always have like 2 and not the 3rd. These came out with that Witch City Salem. I have it set to live chat, but clearly not seeing all the messages. Uh-oh, I hope not. I was happy when they killed off Rick's wife. I didn't like her. I love Michonne. I do too. Michonne was great. Carol is my favorite character. Michonne is probably my 2nd favorite character. She was so good. She was so good. These are the fun, those like kind of balmy lipsticks. These are weird colors that I don't have a lot of. I think I'm going to keep all 3 of these. Yeah. Oh. Didn't even open the glosses or the highlighter palette from that collection. From which collection? Which one? The Witch City didn't have one. Didn't have a highlighter palette. Oh. Which collection? No, that's the thing about chat where it's like a little bit off. So here's another one of those color pop. I'm gonna put that up there. The Cosmic. Oh, gotcha. Duh. Yeah. The liquid lipstick I tried, I liked it, and the glosses, like the lip oils, were okay. This crazy neon yellow, I'm gonna keep that. I always love how glosses and things look in the tube, but also a lot of glosses, they're not. Yeah, like that's just not enough of an orange pigment. If you put it over something orange, it's going to amp it a little bit. I'm going to get rid of that. It's just not. I need more. I'm a big old hooker clown and I need more. These I haven't done anything with yet, and we absolutely have to keep these. Anything from this collection. These are from Dolly Parton Beauty. And I ordered these. These are so fun. They have a little bit of a light, kind of just florally fragrance. They feel a little bit like drugstore in the 80s, kind of off-brand. Like they feel a little sketchy, but I need to play with them. Love that. Unearthly Menacing Metals Dollhouse. I love the Menacing Metals. They really, keeps. Those are keeps. I love the Menacing Metals. I think they're a lot of fun. And I watched a live stream where she was swatching a bunch of new colors and they looked really good. Yeah, it did. That orange looked more yellow. Yeah, I have a couple of the lipsticks here. Oh, I do have one of the more pigmented glosses. And then I have a couple of the lipsticks. I have 3 of the lipsticks and 3 of the glosses. Not quite old lady makeup smell. That's Give Beauty. Every time you come here, I keep forgetting to have you smell the old lady lipstick. Or the old lady, I've got a highlighter and blush palettes from Give Beauty. Did anybody else notice that? They kind of had this like old lady makeup smell. It reminded me of Coty Airspun powder. So the fun thing about these Dolly Parton Beauty, again, so this is fun. Like they have the little tap thing and it pops out the bottom. And then so this lipstick has no engraving on it, but at least the like little function works, right? So then I have this one. And this one, the thing works, and it has the butterfly that it's supposed to have. The other, wherever I find the lipstick in here, the other lipstick has the butterfly, but then it just shoots right out. Whatever the thing is supposed to catch it to make it just go to there, it like just shoots right out of the lipstick. And so one of them was missing the butterfly. So the production is a little bit inconsistent with these. So like, yeah, so that's the other one. Is it just rockets out? So that's the pink one, but it's got the butterfly. You have just the lipstick. Yeah, I decided they were having some kind of sale. I'm that idiot where I buy a lot of makeup, but unless it's like a new release from a brand I love, I buy a lot of stuff on sale. So like new brands that I want to try, I wait for a sale. So they were having some like maybe buy one get one free or some, like they had a good sale, so I bought like 6 of them. But yeah, I I still need to play with those. I'm so behind on everything. I'm so behind on everything. From Focallure, this is fun. I like Focallure. They've got some fun things. I don't, yeah, this just smells kind of private label-y, you know what I mean? Like off-brand drugstore. It's got some glitter to it, but it's just not, that needs to go. I think I tried to use it because I was like, is this supposed to be one of those pH balancing ones? No, I just used this when I was wearing a lipstick and I dyed it pink. So, because I'm trash. So that's going to go. That can go. Let's see what else we have. Gavisi Beauty, that can go. I have this Sephora. This one, I was inspired because Dion was always using those. And so when I made a Sephora order, I ordered, and then it's just been sitting here, but we'll play with that. We'll play with that. This is the liquid lipstick from that Cosmic collection. I will keep that one because I did enjoy that. These Lost Library lipsticks. I think, oh, and then what's this? Oh, there were 2 liquid lipsticks from Cosmic Beauty. Okay, so we'll keep both of those. These from Fantasy Cosmetica, these Lost Library, I think that whatever collection these were with, they didn't sell well because they sent these out with a bunch of orders. I might even have 2 that are the same color. I'm going to get rid of them. It was so sweet that it was a gift, but they're just in colors. Like this kind of really warm red brown is just not something I do really almost ever. And so I'm going to get rid of that one. I think there's one that's a little bit lighter, but even maybe a little bit more orangey. Absolutely keeping this Fenty. This is Hot Lava or Hot Guava. No, it's Cheeky. What do I know? So that's the shade Cheeky. I do really like that one. I love an orange gloss. And these Fenty, these also got an award in my best of 2025. If you have not smelled Fenty lip products, I love it. Is it a good formula? Which one a good formula? If you're talking about these, I love these so much. These are so fun. And even though, the Fantasy Cosmetica, I put it on and it was okay. I mean, it was like pretty typical tube lipstick. It wasn't anything that really super impressed me, but it didn't feel gross. Like, you know how sometimes really cheap lipsticks will be like waxy and they're not great. It didn't feel like that. It felt, oh, it's over here and get rid of. So it's got nice color. It's definitely creamier than I like. It's a little bit more, so it ends up being kind of sheer. Let me get a mirror instead of just... Yeah, it is pretty. It looks nice. It's a little bit more shiny and slick and slippy than I would like, and it's a little bit too... This kind of brown red is just not my go-to ever. But it is a nice formula, especially if you like those more slick, shiny kind of lipsticks. If you like more of a matte, if you like a little bit fuller coverage lipstick, it's maybe not a good formula for you, but yeah, it felt nice enough. A couple more Glam Light coffee things. Another Glam Light gloss. Yeah, I just love these. These like... Yeah, I think that's why they probably got sent out as gifts, is that I think they didn't do very well, which is kind of sad because they are nice. And I feel like shiny lipsticks are kind of having a moment. So like this feels like the right time. I think they came out a little bit earlier, so maybe they were a little bit early for the shiny lipstick trend, but these Fenty Gloss Bomb sticks, I just love them. This last fall, anytime I had oopy goopy lips, there was probably this involved at some point. One of these colors, this pink one. I actually bought a second one of these because I don't know if this is the one that I used. Because there's a lot of product. This might be the one that I started to use. Well, I think I've used this one a lot too, so we'll see how far this one goes up. But like, oh yeah, so I've used, this one has gotten some use and it's still that tall. And then look at how much shorter that pink one is. So like I use this one a lot. And so I got a second one of that because this was part of a summer collection and I think it might be limited edition. And I was like, I don't want to live in a world where I don't have that pink glittery lipstick. I just love it. I just love it. There's probably a second one in here somewhere. But yeah, this one has lipstick all over the tube as well because I just kind of got lipstick all over it. But yeah, I love that one. And so I was like, I'll get a second one of that one. Yeah, I just don't want to live in that world. I don't like it. So here's a couple more of those Fenty gloss sticks. A red one. The red. Oh my God. Get out of here. Shut the front door. Those are the kind of orangey brown beige. This red one, if you love a glossy lipstick, this is just so freaking good. I just love it. I love it because it's kind of a blue toned red naturally, but it's also got enough sheerness that it lets your lip color kind of be the base. And so if you're pink and cool tone like me, it becomes even a little bit more cool toned. If you've got a richer, deeper color in your lips, like it's going to have a little bit of a richer, deeper tone. If your lips have more of like a natural kind of red color to them, it's just going to be like beautiful cherry red. I just love this. I love it so much. These gloss sticks, and I used to hate glossy lipsticks. These are the lipsticks that really kind of pulled me around to oopy goopy lips. I don't know if they do, but I love their Stunna lip paints. Those liquid lipsticks in the weird like kind of traffic cone shaped things. It was a weird packaging, but yeah, those were good. Blend Bunny lip oil. This is beautiful. I'm gonna get rid of it. I just don't use those lip oils. 2 more of the Fenty gloss sticks. We clearly are a fan of that formula. As we get down to the bottom, what else have we got in here? Ooh, some MAC. I think this is also the year where I'm gonna like rediscover MAC. This was last year's Year of the Snake collection. And so this green, I know I used this for something. Beautiful, beautiful deep green. And then what is this shade? Luck Be a Lipstick. This is a red. MAC has beautiful, beautiful reds. Oh, so gorgeous. I love it. Oh, I love that so much. And they've got just enough of like a satiny kind of shine to them. They're so good. Like a stiletto, kind of, yeah. That's probably more generous than me with my like traffic cone. Oh, I'm feral. A couple more unicorn snots. We know that those are gonna go into the keep. These are new. I haven't had, that's the story of my life. Another unicorn snot. These are from Bella Beauté Bar. These are those like lipstick balms where it's like a colorful. I was going to play with this one when I played with the Dark Dreamscape, but then I ended up using that with that Synergy look, the purple look, for the Best of Beauty. But those are pretty. And I like that they've got a lot of pigment. I've got 2 or 3 of these. So I'm definitely keeping that one. Then we've got this like pink with, I think, green and gold, maybe? This one has a little bit less of the base pigment. It's a little bit more sheer, but it's still really pretty. And that could be pretty over a liquid lipstick to give it some base, because we're all about that base. No trouble. Let's go ahead and take that off. All right. Jordan Liberty Masterclass. That's an easy one. We're going to keep that. This I just bought from Day Day Signature when they were having their like Christmas sale. So I'm going to keep that. Like I said, I don't use, but I'm going to keep this in my stuff because this is just a yummy grape scented clear gloss. I don't use, I don't use grape glosses with my drag looks. It has nothing to do with this end. I don't use clear glosses with my drag makeup looks very often. Usually if I want something, I'll just use a shiny lipstick or something. Gonna have a little blackberry. Is this or darkberry? So they do like Dr. Pepper sometimes does blackberry and sometimes does darkberry. I don't know what the difference is supposed to be. They're both delicious. And they both usually come in a 0 sugar, which I appreciate. All right, another Glam Light dessert, traffic cone stiletto, same thing, same principle. Another one of these Maybelline, we love that. Another Glam Light. Didn't I put up? I didn't know. Are there 2 pink ones? Oh, one's. I don't see. I'm even forgetting what was in these collections. Let's see if there's something else. Like Glam Light, that's an easy keep. Let's see. We've got a couple L'Oreals. I bought these not too long ago, and I've been playing with them, and I do like them. I'm trying to do something different. I haven't like formulated my thoughts enough to like do a video. But I am trying to like reduce my shopping for this year because as you can see, like things are just around me and I have trouble getting rid of things. So I need to like, if I'm going to have some, I do get rid of a lot. I do get rid of a fair amount, but I could get rid of more and I have trouble doing that. So I was like, well, if we also work to bring less in, that will help with the overall declutter process. So, but I am going to keep these because these are fairly recent purchases and I do really like them. Hello, Joe. How's it going? Fabulous, Joe. Welcome on this lovely Saturday night. Another Glam Light dessert gloss. This is probably my favorite. This is like the birthday cake one. Love that. All right, so we've got that. We've got another of these Fenty. I'm telling you, I'm in love with these. I'm absolutely in love with those. Fenty, not Fenty. Blend Bunny Masterclass. So we're gonna keep that. The newest Fenty Beauty. This was the one that came out with their Christmas collection, and this is like a pearly white. Oh, I just as a topper over something else. Oh, I just love it. It depends on, I do well with getting rid of things, especially if it's been like a couple of years, but stuff that's fairly new, because I just am always behind on content and trying to do faces and stuff like that. The Lucky Dip lives and the lives with Dion definitely helped with that, where I was doing faces a little bit more regularly. But I just like, I always have so many things on the like plan that it's so hard to get to them in a timely manner. So then I don't want to like throw things away too early. This is another Unicorn Snot. We're going to keep that. Another liquid lipstick. Let's see. This is, another Trapped. We'll go ahead and keep that for now. All right, we've got some of these. I wanted to kind of bring these out together because I've got some sort of holographic-y looking, some of them are glosses and some of them might be like paint on kind of stuff. So this is Lemon Sherbet. This is from Question Beauty. I think I got this, and this is a gloss, right? Yeah, I think this is a gloss. Yeah, so it's got a really purple base to it, but then it's very gold. It goes very, very, very gold. Breathless, yes. Breathless, just like Dick Tracy. That was my first email. No, it wasn't my first email handle, but it was a very early email handle, was Breathless. Hello, Geese Police. How's it going? How are you doing? Geese Police, my niece from Greece. I'm sorry in advance. I know you're gonna get so tired of that joke, but I'm gonna love it forever. I am firmly in my dad joke era. This is new to my collection. I did use this once already, but I'm gonna go ahead and keep that. So I have tried it. This is from Sugar Drizzle. And this one I think might be more of like a paint on lipstick instead of a gloss. Yeah, I think so. That's a beautiful pink with orange, orangey peachy gold as well. So very pretty. Keep that. Then we've got Unearthly. This is one of their glosses. This I'll probably keep because this is one of their. This is Havoc. And this is just a fun, oh, just another fun like raspberry pink. Oh, love that. Oh, yes, we love good vibes. It's early in the year, and so far things are mostly okay, except we're just like randomly starting world wars. It's fine. It's fine. What could happen? What could go wrong? And who knows? Maybe if I get disappeared in a white van and you never see me again, don't be surprised. But I just would like to make a note to any of our like friends across the world, like friendly governments who are like, oh, things have gotten weird over there. What could we do to step in and help? Apparently we live in a world where you can just go like kidnap the leader of a country. So I'm just saying that that apparently is an option. Not telling you what to do with that information. But I'm just saying that it seems like that is something that happens that people have decided is okay. And so sometimes we can use our powers for good instead of for evil. That's all I'm saying. So if there's a knock on the door and I disappear, you know why. Let me get another wipe. Wild times we live in, wild times. All right, so there's that. We'll take that off. Now we're getting into some stuff that we might, another glam light, that's definitely going to stay. And here, I thought I had another one of these Bella Beauté. And this is a red shade. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, they're very balmy, but they do have a nice glitter to them. I think they build up nicely. Yeah, I mean, they certainly wouldn't want to keep him, but do us a solid. Come on, Canada, you're always helping us out. Like Canadians are the most friendly people. This is the time for you to like really step in and be helpful. It's just something I think could be nice. It's just something that I think could be fun for you. Could be fun. Uh, These bamboo back scratchers I get at Dollar Tree, and they are a lifesaver. I love them. Okay, now we're getting into some Unearthly Cosmetics, some of the old school packaging. I think, oh, this one must have leaked because it's literally just glitter. Some of these, they're hard to tell if they're glosses or if they're liquid lipsticks, but I know I've had these for a while, and I just thought that like the glitter is too dark. It's just because it's supposed to look like a snow globe, and it's a cute idea, but it just is so dark and it just clouds up the whole thing and it doesn't end up looking like a snow globe. Yeah, to another planet. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, Canada is too nice for that, but we can just hope. We can just hope. So are these liquid lipsticks or are these... I think they did like satin, like lip satins, and I never really know what that means. Oh, still smells good. This one is the shade Delight. It's kind of that like baby poop brown that's got like a green undertone. I'm going to get rid of this one, but I'm going to keep this one. I thought I was going to get rid of them both, and then I painted it on, and I'm like, that's such a weird brown. That's so, I like that. I don't know why I like that, but I do. I do. I really do. Let's see what we've got. We've got a couple Notoriously Morbid here knocking around. We've got Bitter End, and then we've got Take My Tears. Notoriously Morbid, I have all kinds of thoughts, but I have trouble with their metallic liquid lipsticks. They just don't have enough punch. I feel like I really, really have to build them. And even then, I don't know that I get... See, look at how it looks patchy. And like, you can layer these, but I don't want to spend 20 minutes just like painting it on, wait for it to dry, paint it on. These were from the Valentine's collection last year. And they're pretty, and that palette is great. And yes, Dion, you did send me that palette. I remember we were in that live stream, and Dion's like looking around like, I don't know what I did with that palette. And I was like, I do. I was like, I have it 4 feet away from me. uh, that pink one is pretty. This is going to go in a maybe. I don't have a maybe pile. We'll just kind of set these in that shelf with jewelry. This one is going to go. This is one that's going to go. That pink, I do kind of like that enough. That's what I really think of when I say hooker pink. I think of like a hot pink with like a blue flash. That to me is hooker pink. I absolutely love that color. That's why I have 2 of those Fenties that are like a kind of lighter version of hooker pink. Absolutely love it. Ooh, so some choices to make. We've got, this is Maybelline. This is one of those inks. It's blue. It's lovely. Some of my Maybellines in that old packaging are getting a little old. So at some point I may sit down and do like a swatch thing and throw out the ones that are getting old. But for now, I'm going to keep them. We're going to keep Blue Tears. This is from the Rotten collection from Blend Bunny. This is also from Masterclass. So we're going to keep that. Are there any other Masterclass glosses? I'm sure there are. The metallic glittery ones really separate. Like, I know that that's a thing that can happen, and especially since these are lip oils, so it's a lot of oil content. They definitely like separate, but I like them enough that I am going to keep them. All right, now we've got a couple Morphe Hot Honey glosses. These are nice. If you like stinging, but you don't like too much stinging, these are really good because these do have a little bit of a sting, but it's not intense. So it's not like the Too Faced lip injection. It's much more manageable. And I know that like generally you can use these with like liner, you can use them with lipsticks. I wanted that to have a little bit more red tone. I already filmed my Morphe Get Ratchet With Me, so I'm going to keep the gold one, I think. I'm going to keep a little bit of the gold one. Lip injection is weak sting. Janet. Janet. What kind of, like, sadomasochist lip treatment do you like to do on yourself that you think lip injection is weak? Those hurt like a beast. They are so bad. They're so bad. Oh my gosh. They are so notorious. The only thing I've ever had that was like hurt more was Tyra Beauty. When I was a Tyra Beauty tainer, they had a lip plumper that was so intense. And I did kind of like it at the end. And that's the thing. Like, so yeah, lip injection, it does kind of wear off fairly quickly, but when it hurts, it hurts. And this Tyra one was worse than lip injection. But luckily it did wear off fairly quickly. But yeah, it was too much. I'm going to keep the gold one. I'm going to keep both of these until there may be more Morphe discussions in my future. Oh, here's another Notoriously Morbid. This is Control Freak. This is from that same collection. This is going to go as well. These were pretty. They always have deals, and I think one of them I got free. Anyone remember Doo-Wop? I don't. Was that the brand name, or was that a product? This was my birthday gift from Sephora last year. This was a Makeup by Mario, and that's kind of a like very pigmented gloss stick. I'm going to keep this little sample. I don't fuck with Makeup by Mario that much, but I did get that as part of my gift last year, so we'll keep it. This is my backup of the pink, and that one has also been used. You have something that burns for 30 minutes? Oh, see, for some reason I don't like that on just lip products. Like, I don't mind a little bit of stinging, and I don't, if it's intense, if it goes away fairly quickly. But I make hot curries, and I will sometimes put, like, I'm out of it now, but one time at TJ Maxx, I found a bottle of Melinda's Melinda's is a brand of sauces, and they had a ghost pepper sauce, and I used to put that in curry because I think and now I kind of like a mix. Sometimes I like more hot, sometimes I like more cool, but I I would put ghost pepper sauce in, and if my lips didn't burn for like 20 minutes after I was done eating, I was like, did you even eat curry? Like, what's the point? Um, we have a P. Louise. These lipsticks, they did these very nudie ones. I feel like that's a color I don't have a lot of because it's kind of unhinged, but so it's called Amped. Interesting. It was a brand name. They had a lip plumper. It was huge early 2000s. Okay. Yeah, I don't remember that brand. I was much more shopping in like, I was much more drugstore shopping and then buying MAC. So like early 2000s, I was still in my MAC girl phase where I would buy all drugstore makeup or theatrical makeup. And then I would save up my pennies. And when I would go to Canada, I would buy a ton of MAC. And I was part of their pro program for a while. They had a really good discount because I don't know if the pro program has changed at all, but they used to have 2 levels. And it was like if you were a makeup using professional. So like I applied because I was they included like drag performers, radio, like on-air personalities, things like that, where a professional where you would have makeup applied to you regularly, you could apply and get 30%, and if you are a makeup artist, you could get 40%. And I know that Dion is part of the pro program, and they still have the 40. I don't know if they still do the 30 for the just the makeup professionals. But I thought I was just going to get the 30, but when I was submitting because you have to submit all this stuff to prove that you're like a personality or whatever. So I included a couple of print ads that had my picture in them and some other stuff. But I also included my transcript from college where I had taken Makeup 1 and Makeup 2 in the theater department. And because I had taken like makeup classes from the university, they actually signed me up for the pro, like the makeup artist version. So I got 40%. So I bought a lot of MAC for a while. I'm just sitting here swatching and not telling you what it is. These are Odin's Eye. These are pretty. Snuggle and Breath of Fire. I think that goldy color, I think I'm going to get rid of that. Now I don't remember which one that is. That's this one. That's Snuggle. Oh, this is from Morgan Turner. I'll keep it for now. This is one of the collab ones. They had a collab with Twilight. I had it for the interesting. I did not know that. All right. Oh, I already swatched this. This is Breath of Fire. Is this a collab? Yes, this is Annette. So these are collab glosses. So I'm going to keep those for now. That's another thing I have trouble getting rid of is collab products. Sometimes if it's somebody I don't care that much about, it's not as hard, but this is another Morgan Turner. This is the shade LOML, Love of My Life. Oh, this is one of their like liquid lipsticks. This I can get rid of. Odin's Eye, I love a lot of what they do. I do not like their satiny, these lip moussey kind of things. It's a pretty shade, but it doesn't work for how I do makeup. So we're going to get rid of that one. Sorry, Morgan Turner. I don't watch her. I don't know her. This is a great color from Maybelline. If you like those kind of stone colors, like very 90s, cool tone colors, this is Huntress from Maybelline. This is a great color. Love that. I've used that a lot. Ooh, my Morphe video has not come out yet, but spoiler alert, I hated this. This is the Drip Glass. This came in their like Christmas collection. I tried this. Yeah, it doesn't have much of a smell. Goodbye. It's so bad. I won't go too much into it because you'll see the rest in the video, but did not love. This is from Bella Beauté Bar. It's green. It's beautiful. To keep. Now we've got some Trixie. I don't imagine I will get rid of much Trixie. Although, I did do that Teletubbies video, and can I tell you that Tubby Custard Gloss, it's supposed to smell like watermelon, and it's not great. It's kind of weird. I haven't decluttered any Trixie lip products. I'm going to save all of these Trixie lip products. So there's a couple more glosses, and then there's a couple, I think these are both lipsticks. They changed the lipstick packaging. So that's kind of a nude shade. Is this Hollywood? Oh no, this is Kimberly. And then Model. Oh, I love Model. This is like a beautiful frosty pink, very 90s. I love Trixie Cosmetics, and I have a whole shit ton of Trixie Cosmetics lip products. I'm going to set these to the side. I think 2026 is going to be the year where I thin down my Trixie collection, but I want to do it all together. So I'm going to set these over to the side to put it in with the other ones because I see them over there, but they're kind of hard to grab, and I've got enough stuff here on the table that I want to go through that first. So maybe we'll have a separate video where we go through. This is the Soul Matte. This is a liquid lipstick. I want to try that more. I'm going to keep that. That's from Morphe. Now we've got a couple things. This, I think at this point, I'm just holding on to for memories. This is Sugar Pill. And this is, what is this shade? Euphoria. This like teal. It's getting very clay. I mean, it's certainly expired. It kind of tugs a little bit. It's still a beautiful teal color. So gorgeous. So pretty. I bought that Gucci. Do you remember that Gucci teal that came out a couple years ago? I bought it because it reminded me of this. And this I know is getting so old and so janky. Although Erin Parsons inspires me because she's always trying on lipsticks from like the 90s and the 2000s. And I'm like, if she can do it and not die, I'll be fine. So I just love this color so much. And this component, this like pill, so cute. And I've decluttered a lot of them because I had a bunch of them and they all kind of got old. And I think now, I know I've got this one. I think I have one that had the black instead of the white on the top. And I mostly keep them because I love the Sugar Pill as a brand. I wish they were doing more. I think they've had some rough years, but I love that. Look up some 90s looks and try that. Yeah, there was some great, and I wish you could find Erin Parsons when she's always trying out these old MAC lipsticks. When they said cool tone in the 90s, they meant fucking cool toned. Like it was true cool tones. And I wish that we could still get those because even the ones that are kind of cool toned are, when you put them next to a 90s lipstick, it's not the same. It's not the same. The last thing in this bin, I've got 6 lipsticks from Hung Van Gogh. Let's make some choices. Let me start pulling these out. This one I haven't even worn yet. Oh, this one, I mean, it has to stay, right? I haven't even swatched it. Oh, these lipsticks are so good. Look at that maroon. Look at that teal stain on my skin. That maroon is, okay, that's gotta stay. Maybe we won't. I thought maybe I might declutter a little bit of Hung Van Gogh, but I don't know if it'll happen in the lip products. These are so good. So what was that color? I don't think I said. Award winner. So this is award winner. These are so good. I think I'm getting back into bullet lipsticks. I would buy bullet lipsticks, but I wasn't loving wearing them. And I've loved the colors so much. Oh, truth be known, I have some lipstick relics. Yeah, I have some old makeup, and no shame in my game. If you see me someday and I've burned my face off, I'll let you say I told you so. But especially powder products and like my MAC products, I just love them. And so I hold on to them. These Hung Van Gogh, this is beautiful. What is this shade? This shade is Call My Agent. I like that. Call My Agent. That's a brown. That's beautiful. Oh, God, these are so gorgeous. Oh, MAC does good cool tones. And Unearthly, yeah, Unearthly, she's doing some fun, interesting stuff. I know I'm frustrated with her and she's kind of on my trouble list, but I still like her. I still like that Made Monster palette. Looks really good. First cover. This is another pink. That's a beautiful pink. It's not, I wish he would do, I hope like in the round 2 of Hung Van Gogh, I hope we get highlighters, and I hope we get a range of highlighters, and I hope we get frost lipsticks. I would love like a frosty. I feel like frost lipsticks are ready to have their moment again, and they've started to pop up a little bit. This is Van Gogh Red. This is obviously not going anywhere. This is that beautiful orange red, red orange, blood orange. Yeah, if it smells like crayon, absolutely. Absolutely will still wear it if it's a good color. Oh, Hung Van Gogh. And then we have this pink one. Oh, Ke Shuyen. I think I watched the video, so I did see how to pronounce it. And I know somebody with the name Ke, and so I think that's how you say that. But in terms of Shuyen, um, I think that's how you say it, but I'm not 100% sure. Those are all beautiful. We're keeping those. Come on. Get out of here with that. And I'm saying that to myself, thinking that I was going to get rid of Hung Vengo lipstick. I'm like, get out of here. What are you talking about? You're crazy. You crazy girl. That meme video. You're so crazy. You crazy girl. Definitely a little bit of staining from that, but not too bad. Some OG Kat Von D liquid lipsticks. Oh, Kat Von D. Back in the days. There was some good stuff from that brand. There was some bad stuff from that brand, but there was some really good stuff from that brand. All right, we cleared out a whole bin. Yay. It took over an hour to do that one bin of lip products. I'm never going to finish this declutter. So let's go to the things on the side here. So we've got this, I've got this little trolley cart over here. This is from Michael's. Oh, and of course I'm running into stuff that I've stacked on the side that I'm trying not to cause a terrible, terrible destruction. I always have things stacked. Now you can't see it. Usually in my videos you can see a few of the things that are stacked up to the side of me. But so now we've got these drawers. So this is kind of, I've got the bigger drawers over here, and then this is a little cart with smaller drawers. Oh, there's a lot of Jeffree Star in here. This was like, so this solid gold collection, when he did the gold, was it gold blooded? That palette, that was kind of my last hurrah with Jeffree Star. I did buy that collection, and then I just, ever since then, he's really like gotten in on like hating on trans people and non-binary people, and I'm just not here for it. And so I just so let's kind of go product type by product type through here and see what we're gonna do, because again, I don't just throw away makeup to throw it away. But I don't feel good using it on camera. And I just wish, I wish his makeup was crap. I wish his makeup was just bad, because it would make it so much easier. Can't get rid of those. OG. The first powder I found, I really looked good on me, was KVD. Yes, I still have a KVD. Do you remember these? These were the Locket brightening powder for like under eye brightening. This is in the shade Petal. It was like a smaller little container. I used to have the big like translucent container, but this was like an under eye brightening powder. I used this up, and then when I was in Ireland on a work trip, and this had been discontinued like a year at that point. And when I got to Debenhams, which is this like department store, they were clearancing out all of their Kat Von D. They weren't going to carry it anymore. And so I got like 2 of these for like $3 each. And I used up the second one. This is my third and last one. And so I've loved this powder. I've stopped using it. I haven't used it in a little while, but I used this heavy during the early days of the pandemic. I was doing a weekly thing on my website called Face Friday, where I would paint a look every week. And it was like a photo tutorial. So I would put on one product, take a photo, one product, take a photo, one product. I've got a couple retro ones. If you go to janessaj.com, I do have a couple. The pictures I found, it's not as detailed, it's not as precise, because obviously I don't remember all that kind of stuff, but I would go picture by picture and show you what I did and all that kind of stuff. And I was using this all the time, and I used up 2. They're pretty small, but I did use up 2 of those. All right, so into the Jeffree Star. So we've got these 3 liquid blushes. One Jeffree Star liquids, but I'm not sure. I never had anything else from the brand, but my friend sent me her Alien palette, but I haven't tried it yet. I love his eyeshadows. Like his eyeshadow formula. And I don't know, it's so good. And I love it for my big like hooker clown looks. Love it. And his color stories were like plucked out of my brain. There's so many. I mean, the Blood Money palette, the green monochromatic palette, is still probably one of my favorite palettes ever in the world. I feel like it's Brokeback Mountain, and I wish I could quit you, but I love it so much, but I don't love, it doesn't bring me joy anymore. So I'm in this weird place of like, I don't want to get rid of it just to get rid of it, but I don't I love it. The liquid lips are really, really good until they go bad. There's something about those. They do last past their like PAO a little bit, but when they start to go bad, they go real, like they just harden in the tube and it's not good. But when they're like fresh and good, they're good. They're so good. I wish it was just bad. I wish it was just bad makeup, but it would make it so much easier. So we have these liquid lipsticks or liquid blushes. These are liquid blushes. So we have Cherry Slut, which is this red. Then we have Blood Sugar, which is another red. I think, and most of the stuff I got in mystery boxes, because I also stopped buying like full collections. I was buying more of like mystery boxes and seeing what I got. And then we got Lollipop Luxury. And so this is kind of a pink. Then we have this red, which is, oh, this is a pretty red. That's like a strawberry red. God damn it. Blood Sugar. And then Cherry Slut, I think, is the dark red. All three of these are so pretty. I have every eyeshadow palette except I don't have the two newest ones, the Cowboy Queen and the Night Owl, because the before that was Gold Blooded. That was the last like palette, and I have all of the palettes, and I think I have all of the highlighter palettes. I have a whole like I have a pile and a box of Jeffree Star that just sits on the top of this shelving unit over here, and just stares down at me, and I don't know what to do. Calabasas was beautiful. These are beautiful. These are beautiful. This pink, I feel like I have this pink in other things. I'm sorry. I have to keep this red, this strawberry red, that kind of, oh, it's so good. I have to keep that. We just must. So we're going to keep that. Liquid blush. I don't love liquid blush that much, but should I keep that to like, if I did do something with them, mixing that together is actually really pretty. Oh my God. This, oh, look at that color. Oh, I don't know what to do. Star hoodies. Oh, so the clothing was never quite big enough for my voluptuousness. So I do somewhere have a tracksuit that I got in one of the Halloween mystery boxes had that neon yellow tracksuit. And I might have actually donated that to the thrift store finally. I was going to try to find somebody who might be interested in it. I think eventually I was like, I hate the hassle of selling online, so I don't do it very often. Gonna get rid of Cherry Slut. I have other pink blushes. This color I feel like I could dupe out fairly easily. And I don't feel joy using it on camera. I just don't. Like, we're in this place. And I've never felt like I had gotten to this place of, I called it being like comfortably uncomfortable, because I know he's not a great person, but I felt like the most egregious behavior I wasn't seeing. I've talked about this before, and I've always like threatened to make a video, and someday I probably will. I'm gonna get rid of the pink. I'm gonna get rid of it. But now all the stuff that he's saying about trans and non-binary and like sucking the MAGA dick, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't. I feel like before, a lot of the stuff about him was subjective enough that I felt like as long as you were educated and as long as you kind of were aware, if you like felt okay, I felt like that was an okay decision. And if you wanted to like boycott, I felt that that was an okay decision. But now I'm at a point where I'm like, I can't. He's crossed a bridge too far for me. It would be a pumpkin orange with red. Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, all the Comfort ones. I haven't tried Comfort. Do they make big sizes in the Comfort? So I'm going to keep this one just because that color is so unique to my collection. Let's see what else we have. There's definitely some stuff. Oh, there are a couple of Juvias in here. These are pretty, and I love the idea of it. I don't use liquid blush and bronzer and highlighter that much, so although this champagne one looks real pretty. I've mentioned how even my declutters are not that savage, and then after they're over and I turn off the camera, there's always things that end up like recluttered. It's pretty, but it's just champagne. I've got powders that do that better. I'm gonna get rid of both of those. All right, then from the gold-blooded collection, and that's the thing, is because I really did have this idea that I was gonna do some kind of like, I was like, I'm gonna buy the whole gold-blooded collection. I'm gonna do like some kind of review or look or something, and it didn't happen. And then he started getting into that like trans and non-binary stuff that I just was not living for. I might keep some of this just because I am planning to do a Golden Girl look for my vintage toy fans out there. I'm going to do some Golden Girl looks for some content for this year. I'm going to get rid of this color. This color just never really suited me. This is Eiffel Tower. Then we've got this liquid gold. Here's another champagne liquid gold highlighter. That is pretty. Is it pretty enough to warrant keeping? Let me see the other one. I did put that over the pink stain from the blush too. This is like a candlelight gold. I usually love those. Okay, I do. Those are both pretty. I'm going to keep both of those. I think I have to finally make my video so that if I do ever include Jeffree Star stuff, I mean, I'll still say in the video, like, I'm not a fan of his. I don't condone him. Oh, I do have one more. I have this purple. I'm going to get rid of that. I have purples from Made by Mitchell that I like better. Comfort is oversized. They're big on me, while most brands aren't. Nice. The Jeffree Star lip oil. I don't need another lip oil. This kind of gold. I don't need it. So we can let that go. Liquid shadows. I always want to love these. There's like one matte one. This matte brown. I'm going to get rid of that for sure. There is this kind of more, just like a solid metallic gold. What does that look like? That's such a weird gold. Oh, I don't like that. Okay, I don't like that color, so we're gonna get rid of that. That makes that easy. Yeah, when it's stuff I don't end up liking, it makes it so much easier, but sometimes, honestly, like that's the thing, is like his eyeshadow palettes are some of... I've moved on from using them, even from like shows and Photoshops. I don't use them as much anymore, but like they really are, for what I do for my big drag makeup looks. If I'm going for like big color impact, wow, I want really sharp like definition between colors, but I also want to be able to blend. I still haven't found a brand that's as good, and that hurts my heart, because if it was just crap makeup, I would. And that's why I get mad when sometimes people, like when they're arguing about brands or something and their beef is with the owner or whatever, and then eventually they'll just like get into this like 6-year-old place where they'll be like, well, the makeup's shit anyway. And it's like, no, actually the makeup is not shit. That's why this decision is so hard for people, because when you're like, oh, do you support this person? Do you support this person? I support myself, and the makeup is good and I enjoy it. So like, I think it's okay to recognize that that's like part of the conversation, that you get to have joy and you get to have things that you love in your life as well. So like, if you choose not to, you are legitimately giving something up that you enjoy. And I think that oh, the liquid shadow didn't Angelica try those, and didn't she hate those? Angelica Nyqvist. I do like that gold with the glitter. I'm going to get rid of all of these, except I'm going to keep this one. This gold one surprised me. For my Golden Girl look, I think I might try to use this when I do my Golden Girl look for that video, and then maybe I'll declutter it after that. But Blend Bunny is good, but not as good. It's still not. It's probably my favorite brand now. And I do really love them, and their shimmers are beautiful. What's the problem with Blend Bunny is that they don't have the same... I need more shimmers. Like, they finally did give us that one all shimmer palette, and I loved it, and it was beautiful. I need more shimmers, and I need more bright, pigmented, this is the color I am shimmers, because they do great shimmers where they're kind of a metallic-y kind of wash. But I need more of just like, if I want purple, red, green, like where it stays really... there's something about the shimmers that they're so good, but they're not the same as Jeffree Star shimmers. They're just not. And it, again, hurts my heart so much. The last thing in here is we have all of the liquid lipsticks from this collection. I don't remember how long ago this collection came out, so these might have even gone bad. But let's see what shades we've got. We've got Iconic Behavior. I mean, we just got rid of a blush this color. That's pretty. I'm gonna keep that one. Then we have Mountain View, which looks like it's a brown, a cool tone brown. Ooh, a little bit of metallic to it. It's metallic, but it's a little too towards bronzy, leaning towards bronzy. Like an old brass. I'm going to get rid of that one. Have I tried Divina? I have tried Divina. My problem is I have a really hard time. That's why I started Lucky Dip Live, is because I have a really hard time with single products. I have probably 2 or 3 pallets of Divina singles over there that never get touched. All right. Thanks for stopping in, Alex, and thanks for being part of the chat. But yeah, I hope you'll enjoy listening to us. We'll probably I might go to 2-hour mark and then maybe I'll be done. We'll see how it goes. This is Star Knockout. This is a purple. Oh, this one is very watery. I don't know if you can see that. I mean, I know liquid lipsticks in general tend to separate, like the way they're formulated, the ingredients that they use tend to separate. I don't know that I like this. Oh yeah, it was just separated. There you go. There you can see it better. That grapey purple is kind of cute. This is in the maybe pile. Where did I stick that other maybe? Oh yeah, I set it over there. Okay. That's in the maybe pile. I don't have a lot of purples like that. But when I go through the Trixie, I might have a Trixie like that. If I have a Trixie like that, I'll declutter that one because the Trixie I'm not as conflicted about. Disrupted? What? Disrupted. Why white text on that color of a sticker? Why are you doing that to me, my old eyes? That's a pretty nude, but I've got a lot of nudes. I've got all those Gavisi Beauty. I don't need this. That can go. I've got all those nudes from Gavisi Beauty. If I'm going to keep those, I don't know why I would need a Jeffree Star. So this is Red Rum Remix. I should probably shake these. I put all mine in a pretty palette. They're my most. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, it's no different than picking up just a palette. So I don't know why my palettes of singles, I just don't pick them up. But I have a ton of Lethal. I have a ton of Divina. I have a few Terra Moons. I have a few other just like random bits and bobs from different brands. This one is that red. I think it might have a gold glitter in it too. It might be one of those that when it dries, because I don't know if you can see, but it looks like the wand. Looks like there might be some glitter on it. I'm going to keep this one. We're getting rid of a lot, so that feels good. This is Diva Forever. This is a bright pink. Because I think there was a shade Diva, so maybe this is like a remix of that. Boring. Don't care. I've got other pinks. Okay, so we did pretty good. I was worried that I was going to hold on to all of that Jeffree Star gold collection. And really, I only kept this blush, which isn't part of the gold collection. And then I kept the 2 liquid highlighters, 1 of the liquid shadows, and 2 liquid lipsticks. So we got rid of a lot of that collection. So if you wanted the savage part of the declutter, there you were. There you go. I hope you stuck around for 1 hour and 28 minutes because there it was. Yeah, there's so many now that I can't, or they'll put it in black text, little tiny black text on a clear sticker. If it's a dark shade, forget about it. I'll never be able to read it. Like if it's a white or like a very light nude. So this I think is probably all staying. This is newer stuff. This became the drawer that I stuck stuff when I did that live with Dion where I used the Haunt Me palette where we did our winter ween looks. So this is all new stuff, but we'll go through it. So this is the Haunt Me palette that I used for Winterween. Loved it. So good. Also, when Deanna and I go live this month to do troll play on her channel, this is the Rotten palette. Love this. This got an award in my Best of Beauty 2025, and there's a little bit of flocking on the cover. I love that. And this is the Efflorescence, which is the shimmers. That is an all matte, and then we've got these 6 beautiful, beautiful shimmer shades. So this is fun. This is a toy that I got off of eBay. It's an old 1990s McDonald's toy. I opened this in a live, or maybe I opened it, maybe I filmed an intro, because I'm going to do a Get Ratchet with Me where I create a look based on this Barbie that I got in like a blind box kind of thing on eBay, a vintage Barbie McDonald's toy. And so I thought for this, because you can see lots of peach, she's got the browns of her hair and her skin, she's got this pop of like turquoise and blue, and so I was like, this is really fun. There's some white details, and so I've got this from Trixie Cosmetics. This is the Brittany Broski collab palette, and they have this, and I thought this could be kind of fun. And then combining that, so like this is beautiful neutrals, there's that pop of kind of orange, but also somewhere here, oh, it's here, but it's all stacked up like crazy, like I always tend to do. Combining that with Hung Van Gogh, the Outstanding Orange. So I thought that this with this would be perfect for that Barbie toy to create a look. So that's coming. I mean, that's the story of my life, isn't it? Is that it's coming. That's obviously staying. With that look, I'm going to do, this is the lipstick and the lip liner that came Hollywood. I think this is called Hollywood. No, this is called Glamour. This is called, no, they're both called Glamour. There must be a different shade called Hollywood. I thought there was something, and then there's a hair, like a brush hair. So there's that's going to be the lip combo for our peachy birthday Barbie. I like that smell. Okay. So those are staying. There's the Haunt Me collection, the lip oils. There's 5 of them. I only have 4 of them in here. I don't know why. So there's those. It's probably on the table because I used it for when we were doing that Winterween look. So there's those. And then we've got some of the new MAC stuff when I did that unboxing, so I don't want to go too deeply into that, but we've got all these bouncy blushes. So we've got those 2, and then we've got these 2. There's the Jordan Liberty. Here's one of the liners. The other one is probably on the table. This is the maroon one. We've also got the Masterclass. If you watched Best of 2025, if you know, you know. There's no way this is going anywhere. I am absolutely in love. I want more of these blush palettes from Blend Bunny. It's as big as my head. I absolutely love it. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful to work with. This one actually won 2 awards. So if you haven't watched that video yet, you should go check it out, and I'll try to convince you why you need to buy this palette. Then there is the mini lip gloss. At some point, I'm not going to do it now because I am trying to get through the declutter. But I do have a story about MAC that, like, with my orders around Christmas, where if you saw the live where I opened my Christmas present to myself and it was all of those holiday kits, I have a weird story. And so I have one of these glosses that's coming to me from MAC customer service. They gave me the mini one. This is Minnie and Daisy. I'm going to put this down. I have some MAC products all down here. And then a strobe cream. This is from one of those kits, and I want to play around with it. I think it'll be fun. So this is all staying. This is all new stuff. This is kind of the unofficial to be used drawer for things that I know are upcoming and I want them close at hand. So we'll put those in there. All right. Next up is a fun one. It's the glitter drawer. You still haven't used yours? You really should. I just love it. I love it so much. And you can always sanitize it if you decide you don't want it for you. But I think, oh, it's so good. I just love it. All right, so this is kind of the weird glitter drawer. So here we have a bunch of glittery fun stuff. Let's set this right here and see what we've got. First up, these aren't going anywhere. These are from Janet. These are Mandy makeup. Another thing that is on my list to do is a look with Mandy makeup. There's these 2 liquid lipsticks that I'm going to ombre together. Oh, love it. I love it. But if it's only good for 12 months in your kit, then after 12 months, you can put it back into your collection. I'm just saying. This is the lipstick from Mandy Makeup. So she sent me 3 lip products and 3 powder face shimmery shim products. Very excited to do that. I bought the Wado potato palette. So all of this Mandy stuff, these are the kind of shimmer beauty kind of stuff. This I think will be like a shimmery blush topper, and then these 2 highlighters. So we're gonna do I almost did a Wado potato, well, Wado potato because that's the palette, but we're gonna do a Mandy Makeup thing. So those are obviously staying. This I'm gonna keep. This is one of the old Makeup Forever, those little metallic palettes. Sometimes if I just have random like things knocking about in my collection, I'll put like 3 little shadows in here to just kind of hold them. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to figure these out. If anybody has used Slayfire Cosmetics and has any suggestions, I have 4 of these glitter palettes, and I do like them. And I feel like it's me, it's not them. But I don't know how to make these work because these are like that weird, and like these have now dried down and you can reactivate them with a mixing medium, but I can never get the right consistency that I need. And I feel like they felt like they were moving around. I feel like one of them might fall out. Well, maybe not. Okay. Well, so there is the purple set. Beautiful. They're so beautiful. And even when they're like fresh and new and still squishy, I can't. That's a one every once in a while we do a little, that's me, Mario. This is one that I built myself. All those colors are so beautiful. I just can't get them to apply the way that I want and that I need. A green one, obviously there was a green option, so I had to buy that. Beautiful, beautiful shades. Look at that glitter. But yeah, they're just kind of like now these like solid pucks. And even if I try to reactivate them, then I feel like it's too loosey-goosey. Yeah, these are all the like gel-based ones, but I've had them for a while and they have a pretty good seal on here, but still it's not good enough. And so this was like the rainbow opalescent kind of one. I love them, but I don't know how to use them, and I haven't been very successful. I tried to use them on my lips once. That was bad. That was bad news, bears. It was not good. I'm still trying to figure them out. Do I want to keep all of these? Because I feel like if I pass them along to somebody else, it would need like explanation. Like it would need to come with a note of like, you can reactivate this with mixing medium, but it is kind of a pain, but have fun. Obviously I'm keeping the one that I made. I'm going to keep the rainbow opalescent-y one. I'm going to keep the green one. The one that is up in the air, do I keep the purples? I love purple glitter. I love these purple glitters. I'm going to keep these for now. I'm going to try to see if I can find a way to work, but I want to love Slayfire because I want to support and be there for an indie brand, but I just don't know. Threw away Mandy glitter gels because some of them were starting. Oh no, glitter gels are tough because they do. I haven't found anything where they just never dry out. This is from Slayfire, so this is a different kind of glitter gel. This is a different base than those. And this is pretty good, although, oh, yep, this feels like it's pretty much hardened. But this also could be reactivated. Even these like little jars with the little plastic things, I feel like they keep the best. But even sometimes the seal just doesn't. I'm going to keep that, but I don't know if I feel good about that, but I am doing it anyway. I've lost my makeup wipe, so we're going to grab another one. Especially now that we're doing glitter, we probably need a fresh one. Then we have, is this one a gel or is this, no, this is a loose glitter. So I have a couple of loose glitters from Slayfire. That one is like a confetti, beautiful rainbow holographic. Love that, have no problem keeping that. And then this one is like a UV reactive neon. And so when I redo the UV makeup challenge, we're gonna find some way to work that in. Love it. This is from the Witchy Vibes bag. So this is from Notoriously Morbid. And this has hardened too. And that feels real hard. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it. And that's actually just going to go right in the garbage because I don't want to accidentally put that in a box to somebody else. These are lit glitters. These are loose glitters. They're just glitter. They're just plastic. They don't expire. Some are glow in the dark. So, I love glow in the dark makeup and I love UV reactive makeup. This is Angel Eyes. Angel Eyes. This is one that's by itself. This is a feature color. So I got this for free. Do I want to gift this? Not so much because I don't like it, but because I love giving lit glitter to people, because I think once you try lit glitter, you will be convinced. So I always like to give it. I am going to give this one away. This was a freebie whenever you place an order with lit, they always have like a feature color of the month and you always get like a free glitter. And so I'm going to throw that in there as well. There's this shade Cayman, which I know that I ordered this on purpose. This is a beautiful blue. Look at that kind of, I hadn't even taken the sticker off yet. I'm going to give this, I don't use a lot of loose blue glitters. So and then I always have a bag of the tops because if I did want to get rid of one of these, I could, because I take the tops off and you can screw them into these little towers. And I like having these little towers where I have multiple options. But I do keep them. I do think I'm going to keep all of these. These are all the bio glitters. I don't know if it's all the shades, but it's all the shades that I ordered. So these are like biodegradable glitter. So these are supposed to be better. I mean, the world we're living in now, I live in North Dakota. We're going to have burned ourselves off the planet long before these would ever get anywhere near the ocean for like a turtle to eat. So, I'm sorry I still use glitter. I know I'm a monster, Greta Thunberg, but and then a random trapped lip gloss is in here. We'll put that into the keep of the lippy bin. These are fun. These were at Walmart several years ago, and I don't have the glue anymore. It's basically just like gold leaf paper. And then what you do is it came with an adhesive, and I'm pretty sure it's just eyelash glue. And so you just spread this like eyelash glue like substance on your lips. You let it sit for a minute and get tacky, and then you would just press this like gold leaf paper, and it came in holographic or metallic. And so I have a bunch of the papers left over. And I think I even have, so I had several colors, and I just kept all the papers because I had more colors even than this, but I kept all the ones that I had and just put them into, and then I found out, because the reason why I have two that show the silver is because I found they went on clearance, and so I had gotten like one or two at regular price, and then poor Greta, I know she had a rough time. I feel bad making fun of her because she then got detained with that convoy, and she's doing good work, but I live in a meme world, and so that how dare you is just like in my brain playing on repeat all the time. And so whenever I do something that's like bad or whatever, I'm like, I'm so sorry, Greta Thunberg, I'm ruining the world or whatever. But I respect her, I respect what she's doing, and I think that she's a lovely individual, but that joke will never get old for me. Because I just am. Sometimes I just want to do what I want to do. I also have these. Do you remember these were viral for a while? The Violent Lips. These are like they're kind of like the Phase It freckles, but they're for your lips. Maybe I should do a video where I try these, because I don't know that I just got these, and I'm so scared, and I don't know if they're going to be big enough for my I have tiny little chicken lips, so they're going to go over, but then are they going to work for like overlining? I don't know if you can use it with as much foundation as I use, so maybe we'll do like a video. Maybe that could be a fun live sometime, is playing with these. So I'll put that on my list, my long list. Then I have one of the the glitter base. This is just the daily wear. So I'm going to keep that. That's a full bottle, but I do have these two smaller sample bottles. I'm going to go ahead and put those. I have three smaller bottles. And these are the daily wear as well. I think that this is maybe akin to like a spirit gum, because it does tend to turn yellow in the packaging. It does start out clear like this. And it doesn't like, it's not that it's bad because it goes yellow pretty quickly. Sometimes it's already yellow by the time I get it. But there's something about the ingredients where I think when it's exposed to light, it turns kind of yellowy. But it still is good and doesn't cause any problems. But then I don't know why this glass is different than that. I don't know why these don't turn. I can't explain it. I'm going to get rid of these. I'm going to keep that one. That was a whole long story with no content, so I'm so sorry about it. These are melt stickers. I kept thinking I was going to use these as like face stickers. I got these in mystery boxes, and I got these with an order. Like, do I need these for anything? Absolutely not. I don't think I'm going to use them. I'm going to toss them into the... These I'm going to go ahead and keep. These are Lemonhead LA. So that's why the Slave Fire is so disappointing. Also, because I know that Lemonhead LA is so much better. They just are, their gel base is more gel-like. And so I've got all of the little like neon. These are all UV reactive. These kind of fun colors. So there's the 5 UV reactive. And then I've got a couple more in here. So, and then a Made by Mitchell sticker. We're going to talk about that in the full brand review, but his stickers don't say stay stuck. Paradise Cove and Houdini. So we've got 2 more, a gold, and this is kind of like a highlight. It's like a sheer base, but it's got that strong purple blue shift. Beautiful. How do I feel about this? This is from Lit Cosmetics, and I don't love pressed glitters, but I do like to use them sometime. And I like, if you're gonna have pressed glitters, remember how ColourPop went through that phase where every palette had a pressed glitter? And I hated that. I was always like, if you're gonna give me pressed glitters, give me a separate palette. Lit Cosmetics was like, hold my beer, bitch. Because they have these beautiful, beautiful multi-chrome. God, I thought I was gonna declutter this, but now I just look at those. I'm gonna put this in the to be used drawer because I need to pull that out for more things. And then sometimes I don't like how it applies, so I need to like try it, and if I really don't like it, I'll declutter it. But for now, I'm gonna put it in the to be used drawer. Oh, Dawn, yes, you're getting excited to get into your makeup. So that is the glitter drawer that we didn't get rid of a lot from there, but that's because I'm really gonna make the effort to try to figure out those Slave Fire palettes. I like them. They're so pretty and I want to root for them, but I need to figure it out because I haven't been able to use them. Okay. Oh, and then the lids. All right, next up. Oh God, you thought we were done with your problematic faves. Nope, more Jeffree Star. God damn it. Usually bring a ton with you, but not this time. Well, when you get home, you can play. So we've got a couple problematic things in here. So, Jeffree Star. So these are those marbled blush highlighters. This was, I think, so the Gold Blooded was the last like palette collection I bought, and then these came out, and I think these were not too much later after that, and so I got these. And then right after, I think I got, because I don't think these are even touched, and I think that I got these right when like the real nasty transphobic stuff started kicking off, and so then I was like, oh, let's put that in a drawer and compartmentalize and not think about it. So this is one of the shades, and I do think these are interesting. And again, this is like the kind of fun makeup product that outside of the context of who he is, I would love this. I would love to play with this and try to... That one's kind of odd. That one's maybe a little bit dark, but for my pasty ass. But these, they're like a blush highlighter kind of together. And like this white, pearly white with that purple. There's going to be 6 of these because there were 6. I think one of them might have come in like some sort of mystery bag situation, and then the other 5 were like a release. Huh. Dropping things. There we go. Pink with orange. And then Orange with pink. I'm going to hold on to them for now. That's the thing is I don't want my makeup collection to make me feel that way. Like, I don't want to be like that's not how makeup should make me feel. Makeup is the like place where I go to escape from the things that make me go. So I don't like this. Then I've got 3 of just the Skin Frost highlighters when he re-released the highlighters. And there was a new shade. So Peach Goddess, do you remember this? Peach Goddess, I think, is the shade. It was either this or King Tut, where, do you remember when that fan got one and it was broken? And Jeffree Star like lit into him, like was just like nasty online. And the person was still like, I'm still a fan, I still love it, but I'm so disappointed that this broke while I was traveling. And like, I just am so sad about my experience. And instead of like empathizing, of course, because Jeffree Star has no empathy, would just like Rocky something. Rocky, I want to say Rocky Raccoon, but that's not it. This is Gold Blessing. This is a new shade. This is just a beautiful gold. Some people didn't like this formula. I really did. Although it's looking a little black. Maybe, I mean, I've swatched so much stuff here tonight, and this hand is like stained to fuck, but. And then, of course, I'm nothing if not predictable. There's a green. So, of course, I had the green. Mint Condition. I had a Mint Condition highlighter that I wore the first time I went to Days of the Dead. And I had this, like, Little Shop of Horrors Audrey 2 dress. And those pictures, the pictures with Shawnee Smith from the Saw movies and from The Blob, and she was in The Stand. So good. That green was perfect. It was so perfect. Because this is when, do you remember when we were painting streaks of like chrome metallic highlighter on our faces? Maybe not everybody was, but I was. I still kind of do. But like this was in that time when we were like painting for the gods and whatever. And that green, oh God, I used the shit out of that green. Okay. I'm gonna keep them for now. I'm so conflicted, so this is the best infomercial ever. We just reconnected. You'll have to let me know if my volume changed at all because it's an hour and 51 minutes, so it's about that time. And you can let me know if the audio changed at all. Maybe that'll be a good indication to wrap up, but if it's still good, we'll still keep going for a while. Because then we've got more problematic picks in here. When I did my video about my MLM experiences, I ordered some stuff from Avon. So I have some Avon lipsticks, and I was like, maybe I'll do like a video with Avon. There's like a matte red. Oh, this like deep brown that I accidentally gouged the end of it. So those are the matte ones. These the red the red bullets. I haven't even used these yet. I put these in here and just kind of forgot about them. So that's like a fun, it is a fun purple, but I've had other fun purples. And I feel like every fun purple I've come across, I've said, oh, we'll keep that. So we'll get rid of that one. Yeah, I had a plan to do something with these. And I know I used the foundation and the concealer for something. But maybe I used one of the lipsticks, but none of these have been touched yet. This red can go. And my friend that sold it doesn't even sell it anymore. So I may still go back for some of the perfumes because Avon still has some of the classic perfumes that I love, but I might be kind of over Avon. That corally orange is kind of fun. We'll hold on to that. We'll put that into the lippy bin. And maybe at some point, once I organize this space and I have all the things together, it'll be easier to say, okay, let's now go through all the lipsticks and decide if we really need all of them. Because then I can see all of the baby pink lipsticks. Because I'm going to keep this for now. But if I've got 6 lipsticks this color, I'm never going to reach for Avon, right? Like that's, it's fun. It was fun for the video. But I can't believe I gouged the end of this. Oh, this is like a wine red. Okay. I see what I was going for. We'll keep that. But this one, just a matte red. especially if I'm getting back into MAC lipsticks. I mean, love whatever brand you love. If you love red lipstick, matte, MAC. MAC has so many red options that are so good. They have a red for everyone. I absolutely believe that. I'm going to get rid of this one as well. So I kept at least one of the matte or the like satin from all of those. So yeah, that wine red is pretty. It looks brown. Like when I look at it, it looks really, really brown, but it is kind of a wine red. Okay, what else is in this drawer? We've got some NYX pencils. We've got jumbo highlighter pencils that I don't know. I was so enamored with this. There was something about these online because I know that these pencils, I get them and I fall out of love with them immediately, but there's something about them. And maybe I was hungry that day because they're all named after desserts. Because like this one, where does it say the name? Pour Visage. I know it's Pour Visage, but what's your name? Oh, if they don't have the names on, maybe that'll be easier. Because this one, I don't remember what this one was called, but this is like Hooker Pink. This one was called Coconut Cake. So I don't even necessarily always like... Oh yeah, Besame has beautiful classic vintage reds. I'm going to get rid of this one. I literally bought it because I think the color looked better online than it does in person. And it was called Coconut Cake. And I think... if you haven't tried, oh my God, if you like to bake cake mixes like I do, I'm not a from scratch kind of baker girly. I'm not much of a baker at all anyway, but, and then that white one, I'm going to keep that pearly white and the Hooker Pink. But Dolly Parton's coconut cake mix, and then add a little splash of vanilla extract. Shut the front door. It's so good. Then we've got a bunch of these. Do you remember back in the day? We always say back in the day. But do you remember when everybody was using these NYX pencils? This is Milk and this is Black Bean. And everybody was using these as eyeshadow bases. I used to watch Queen of Blending all the time. And she always used these as eyeshadow bases. And if you had like a duochrome to put a black base down, I mean, that's also why I reordered these, is because I was like, I remember those days. We might have to bring that back for a video. And I'm doing that NYX video, so we're 100% keeping those. But then again, I think I was just in the mood to buy some drugstore stuff because I was feeling like a poser and I hadn't bought drugstore stuff for a while, because I also got those. I mean, this kind of greenish, minty turquoise. We'll keep the spring green. We'll keep the pink. Is this the, like, blueberry pop? Yeah. That's a fun deep blue. It's very navy. I think I'm just going to keep all these pencils. I thought I was going to talk myself out of some of these pencils, but this lavender, so pretty. Okay. I guess we're keeping a bunch of NYX pencils. A lot of my declutters also depend on my mood. Queen of Blending, I love her, and I still follow her on Instagram. And like, she's had some family drama and she's had some stuff, but I love following her. And I bought some earrings from her one time. So somewhere in my collection, I've got some fun, like, chunky earrings that were hers because she always has fun accessories. But I still go back to a couple of her videos when I'm trying to like recreate a certain kind of look. I love it. The last thing in here are some palettes from the brand Gloss Gods, which is from Sweden, like Angelica Nyqvist. These are the Let's Pop palettes, and they're having a sale, and I think I got 2 of these free in a sale. And because I also bought a couple of their bigger, like 12 pan palettes, and I think that I bought a couple of these, and then I think a couple of them were free in that order. So let's see what we've got. We've got the Let's Pop Purple Pop. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh. Let's Pop Pink. This one came with both of the shimmers broken, and I had to repress them. And then I messaged them, and I was like, I know it's expensive to send internationally. I was like, I was able to repress them. I was like, so I don't know what to, and I sent them pictures or whatever, and then they just didn't do anything. Because I told them, I was like, I feel bad asking you to like resend this palette, because it's not even that expensive of a palette. And I was like, it could, and so I was like, And so I was like, I left it open, and they just were like, well, okay, then fuck off then. And they didn't say that, obviously, but I don't think they even responded to my email. So that was a little sad. But this is the purple or the green pop colors. And this is the nude pop. Yeah, nude pop. This was one of the free ones for sure. I think the purple one was one of the free ones. These are fun. I don't know that I'm going to get much use out of them. I'm going to move these to the to be used. I need to paint so many faces, but I think what I want to do, I think I'm going to start maybe painting some faces that I post on like Instagram, and maybe I'll do something with TikTok or like, but more just like photo kind of things. And I want to do some of these things. So if I do like a brand review of, when I do some of these brand reviews, if I have more looks that I've done, and so I think it could be fun to just do quick little, because this is good for me because I use so many eyeshadows in a look. Each of these is good for like one look. Like I can use all 6 of these or all 5 of these and get a look. And so I'm going to maybe try to create looks with each of these. Maybe I'll do one look on each eye and I'll use them for whatever. And then I might declutter these, but I'm going to move those to the to be used drawer. The to be used drawer is filling up. Filling up. Okay, let's put those there. And let's put Jeffree Star back in the drawer of, I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know how I feel. Yeah, I don't. Normally I would say yes if they don't get back to me. Because like Vani Cosmetics never got back to me. And I'm like, fuck off. Because I did tell them there was a problem. I don't know why I even bothered to email them. Because I was so... Yeah, a partial refund would have been nice, except that I did get like 2 free palettes. And my email was so apologetic. I mean, I really was that person who was like, I'm so sorry to even bother you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, and I know it's expensive, and like, I understand maybe you can't reship them, but I don't know if there's anything. And I was so like wimpy, wishy-washy. I was basically asking them to not respond. So I'm not going to completely fault Gloss Gods for that. It still would be good if they had responded, but I was so wishy-washy and wimpy that I can kind of understand why they didn't. So that's also on me. This is really easy because none of these are going for right now. These are, if I can get it out. This is my drawer of all of my colorful foundations. So this is all of my Indie Beat Cosmetics, my Sunset Makeup, and my Glisten Spectra Base. So we've got, and I showed these off in a previous live, so I'm not going to take all of these out, but you can see I clearly have decided that like colorful foundations are the future. So I need to do more of those. I'm glad that Dion and I got to do that Winterween look where I got to use the white and the gray and the black. My Synergy look, my Best of 2025 Beauty. There's going to be a Get Ratchet With Me coming soon with all the purples for that. I did that pink look for Lucky Dip Live where I drew the Tila shade. So that's what's in here is all of these fun things. ColourPop having terrible customer service, but the 2 times. I've never had a bad experience with ColourPop, and I've needed help a couple times. So yeah, I don't get that. I've heard that too, where people say that they don't have good customer service, and that has never been my experience. I've always had good experiences with ColourPop customer service. So there's that. Let me set this off to the side again. I've got a couple bins. I don't know how deep I can get in here, but let's see. So here's the next. Ooh, this is a good question. What do we want to do about? So this is more colorful foundation stuff, but it's not. Hello, Eden. How are you doing? We've been here for like 2 hours. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're going to keep going for a little while longer. I'm going to see how long I feel like decluttering, but this is more of the stuff from those colorful foundation companies and a few random things, so we will go through this. Glisten, they also do, with their Spectra base, they do Spectra Set, which is, the other 2 are Nomad and Sydney Grace. They're excellent customer service. Oh, I haven't had to, I did have to do customer service with Nomad Cosmetics with the Wild Atlantic Way, the Ireland palette, the green one. One of my shimmers came... a couple of them were unglued, and so they didn't, one didn't, I didn't have a shatter. I think Dion, did you have one that shattered? But mine were all intact, but they were all not glued in correctly. And so I was like, I'm not even going to say anything. And then Deanna was like, well, you should still let them know. And because it's a production error and they can keep track of that. And I was like, that's a good point. And so I emailed them and I said, you don't have to do anything. I was like, I glued them in with nail glue. Everything's fine. Nothing broke. And she still sent me another palette. She's like, are you sure? Like, do you want, and I can't remember if she just said, no, I'm going to send you the wild, or maybe she offered me a different palette. I don't really remember. I know that I ended up getting another palette from them, and I was like telling her, you don't have to do that. And she was like, no, I want to make this right. And I do really appreciate, oh yeah, when you were getting PR from them. Only company I've not had good experience with from is Ice Cream Beauty, but it was mostly from lack of them. Yeah, some brands, sometimes they take a little while. I've had some kind of back and forth issues with Notoriously Morbid, but I talk about that. My worst of beauty is coming up, and I did talk a little bit about Notoriously Morbid. We kept it mostly positive, but we did talk a little bit. So there is the black setting powder, the white setting powder, the yellow setting powder, the pink setting powder, the blue, the dark blue, the light blue. So this is, and some of these, I like that I've got some of the like same colors from different brands, but they're slightly different. They always send a replacement. Yeah, I had such good luck. So this is what their light blue looks like. It's this very cyan blue. And then this is their dark blue for the setting powders. And then we've got the purple setting powder. Again, I was so excited to play with these colorful foundations, so now I need to like follow through. Excuse me, pretty girl. And so we've got an orange. I think I've got almost all of them at this point. And then we've got a green and a red. So how many? Because I think their initial line was 10. Yeah, I've got somehow I ended up with all 10 of them. I don't think I bought a bundle. I probably should have, because clearly I have all of them now. But so I have all 10. These match the original line. They've now added pastels to theirs. These are all staying because, again, this year, one of my makeup goals is to play more with my colorful foundations and all these kinds of things. So then from Sunset Makeup, we have a loose red setting powder. So I did get a few of the loose powders from a couple of the brands. And then I got the gray because I have their gray foundation. And so for a ghost look, I thought that would be really good. And then from Indie Beat, they had a loose chroma powder, which go with their foundations. I got a green, a pink, and a blue. So their blue you can see is even a little bit deeper. So we have lots of like loose and pressed setting powders. Then from Sunset Makeup, they also had concealers. So they had, which I thought was really interesting, because for some of the looks I've just used a darker, like I've used a darker shade for the foundation and then like a pastel shade for the concealer areas. But for a couple of the colors, for red, green, blue, and then for gray, I've got actual concealers that are meant to be concealers. So I am excited to play with those. Very excited to do more. You know, Wicked, I finally saw Wicked in the theater on last night, Friday night. And I'm very excited to do a green look for Miss Elphaba. Though somehow this ended up here instead of in my empties. This is a one-size primer that I used to the like absolute last drop. So we love that. Then we've got a bunch of these Spectra paints. And this drawer, again, because I'm going to be making this a project for this year, we've got a whole bunch of these Spectra paints. These are kind of like an eyeshadow base or like a liquid color. It's just kind of like a face paint kind of thing. And I have so many colors of this because they had some like secondary colors that they put out. Here's 4 more shades that we have. That's kind of a purple. There we go. So we have those. Then we have these. So we have 14. So here's the next 4. And some of these I got on super clearance because apparently there were some of these shades, like I know these two are 2 of the shades where they came in the wrong packaging, and I think there's something with the formulation where they wanted to change it up a little bit. And so like these were on sale for like $2 or $3. I think they were not very expensive. And so I got 4 of those that were like on super discount when I placed an order. And then some of them I think I got these on, because I think this is a purple and a black, but these were in the old, because they switched to this packaging where it's just the color and you can see the plastic is that color. The earlier ones are clear plastic and you're supposed to see the color, but because it's so concentrated in the tube, people were complaining. Like with this, you can barely tell the difference between black and purple. And so they were like, so they switched over to packaging that's more like this. So this is like the blue, where they switched it to that instead of that. Because people, I think these 3 colors especially, people couldn't even really tell apart. So then they were selling off any of the ones that I have that are in the clear were cheaper because they were clearancing them out. All right, then we've got a bunch of Spectra pencils. So Glisten has really been leaning into the Spectra line. They also have Spectra mascara and Spectra brow color. So they've really got a big line of mascaras and brow colors, brow gels in this Spectra stuff. They're going hard with colorful stuff and I love it. So I ordered the pencil bundle, and so I got all the like rainbow of colors. All right, so that's all the colorful foundation. The other thing that's kind of stuck in here is I was on a phase where I was buying a bunch of Polite Society, that new brand that Jared Blandino started. And again, it's just kind of sat here and I haven't been inspired to do anything. These blushes, however, this is a blush palette. That's beautiful. That's absolutely staying. But I have a bunch of these little nubbin cream blushes. We're going to look at these colors because I might declutter some of these. This one that's a pretty kind of peach with some gold shimmer. We'll keep that. It's kind of a deep peachy pink. Then we have, this is Sydney. That's kind of a boring color, but that could be good for like a light contour. They do blend really nicely. It's just a barely there. I'm gonna keep that one. Again, I'm never going to be your savage declutter queen. This one in the pink I know is beautiful. That pink, I've used this because it's got brown contour on it. So I've used these in things. I haven't done a dedicated like Polite Society let's talk about it video, but I've used them in some things. London is this shade. This one doesn't have any shimmer. I think this is just a matte. That is a pretty color though. It's kind of that. I'm into these warmer pinks now. I used to be bubblegum pink all day long. Now this like more corally pink, I'm super into that. I'm gonna keep that. Let's see if we can get rid of at least one of these. Let's see. Oh, this one, I think we're gonna get rid of that one. This is a little bit extreme. If I'm gonna use a color like this, I'm not as good at it. I want a little bit more control. That is pretty. It looks more wine when it's, and then oh, that blends out. Okay, shut my damn mouth. Okay, these are my things. I don't have to get rid of them. I have to remember that. Let's see this last one. Palm Springs. I've been to Palm Springs. That's a story time that could be kind of fun. Sometime. Ooh, that's an orangey. Oh, we're keeping that. Okay, so I'm not getting rid of any Polite Society. I also have this gloss. Is this the Big Mouth Lip Plumping Oil Gloss? I don't remember if this one is very stingy. Let's see. Since we're kind of trying on plumpy things. Very pretty, shiny. I mean, this is from Jared Blandino, who did Too Faced, who did the lip injections. So I can't remember, but I would be. This smells peppery right out the gate. It's starting to burn a little bit, but really light at first. Let's see if it continues. That's all from this drawer. That is pretty, though. I do like it. I'm gonna have to do better with putting this back in, or not everything's gonna fit. I don't think we got rid of much. I mean, the colorful foundation, I didn't get anything out of that drawer either, so I'm not surprised that this drawer I didn't get anything out of, but you know. we can't do a declutter without also abusing ourselves of like we didn't get rid of enough. But these are my things. If I want to keep my things, I can keep my things. So that's good. I've got some bins and things that are blocking the rest of the drawers, so we'll do those in a future declutter. But I want to do a little bit more of what's on the table. Oh, come on. These little carts from Michael's, if you ever had them, they get misaligned so easily. And sometimes getting the drawers back in. Oh, I'm just going to set that there. Okay, it's going to... Hold on. It's going to make me mad if I don't get them in, but not being able to get it in is making me frustrated, so... Why? What is going on? What is wrong with you? Why won't you just go in? It seems like it doesn't want to fit, like it's too small, but it's like I just took it out of there. So it can't be too small. Oh my God, I'm gonna lose my mind. Okay, I have to set that down. I have to walk away. We have to walk away, it's too much. It's starting to burn more now. I don't love it. Not as bad as lip injection, but it definitely is getting to the point where I'm like, oh, I don't love this for myself. Let's go through some Notoriously Morbid. Since I brought them up, I do have a pile of them sitting over here. Toxic Love. I do still love this. This was from Dion. This is the one she forgot she sent me. I do love this. We are absolutely going to keep that one. And I'm putting, so Notoriously Morbid and Spellcast Beauty. That's what I kind of talk about as a little preview to my worst of 2025. Is one of the things was like, what even is Spellcast Beauty? Because they announced it as being their like ready to ship line. And so it was like a sister brand because it was going to be different because it was ready to ship, but nothing is ready to ship anymore. That lasted like 2 months. And then now everything is also on the same like pre-order nonsense and waiting for things and people are sick and I just don't know. So I'm putting them together as one brand because the experience is the same. So we have What's Life Without a Little Gossip. I do love this because these are my colors. I haven't played with this since I got it. Okay, this is really starting to hurt. I don't love it. I gotta wipe this off. I don't. And I've also done other plumpers tonight, so I think that makes it worse. I don't love it. These colors are me. I'm going to keep that. I love that. Shadows of the Vampire. This was a free palette with an order. These are pretty, and I love horror makeup, but I think I'm going to put this into my declutter pile. I think it was a freebie. This is the Lucid Dreamer eyeshadow palette. I haven't played with this yet because these shades like this, these like striped shades, I don't really know how to use them, and I try to. This one I haven't dug into, but these are so pretty. I'm gonna keep that. This, I think, Dion, I think this is another gift from you. This is the Modern Witches Guidebook, and I'm not gonna lift this all the way because this is one that's kind of crumbly, and I think what I need to do is I need to try a couple things with this to see how I like it. If I like it enough, what I may do is, because these are very crumbly and very loose, I might scrape these out and put them into little things to use as, excuse me, mix the shades together so that I can use them just as like a loose eyeshadow. Because they're barely holding in there. They're really crumbly. And so, yeah, so that one I don't know. That one we'll see, but we're going to try it. Bog Witch is not going anywhere. This is one that I ordered. We love Bog Witch. Love those swampy greens. This is another gift from Dion. Dion has passed on some Notoriously Morbid. This is Paint the Town Red. This is beautiful. One of the shimmers came broken, and it was not salvageable. It went all over the place. It wasn't able to be contained. So I did just take that out. So there's kind of this loose pan. So I always thought at some point maybe I would go to like Divina or some other brand that sells singles and buy like a red single to put in there. So that may happen in the future, or maybe I'll go through my singles and see if I have a Divina or a Terra Moons that would match with this palette. But for right now, it's just an 8-shade palette, and that's fine. That's just fine. This, I think, was my first Notoriously Morbid purchase. This is the Stone Cold. I love Medusa. I love the mythology of Medusa. And so this one, even though it's not, there are some beautiful like duochromes that are kind of unexpected, but this is not typically a me color story because it's very muted, but I loved it. I just love Medusa so much that I was like, oh, I'll give them a try. So I thought That was a fun one to kind of try the first time. This also from Dion. This is the Madame Violet. So this came with the Paint the Town Red. She sent both of these at the same time. This one, there are some shimmers in here that I'm gonna keep that one. Let's see. Again, not Savage. I'm not your Savage declutter queen. Now we've got some of these 6-pan, and I think I did use this, this Embers, electric Embers. This is pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I did use this with one of the Lucky Dips, maybe. I used this with something that I really I liked the way it turned out, but these kind of orangey, red, bronzy shades are not so much for me, so I'm going to get rid of that one. Jade Dreams, you are welcome to try to pry that out on my cold dead hands because I love these greens. These are absolutely stunning. Those shifts, you're even getting some of the shifts. They're so pretty. Oh, I almost put that in the declutter pile. Get yourself together. Ocean Eyes, I do like this. I like blues. I'm going to go ahead and hold on to that. Cherry Bomb. I love this, and these are all shimmers. This is a great companion for Paint the Town Red. But if I keep this one, do I need Paint the Town Red? Yeah, I do. I do! And then we have Over the Rainbow, and I think this was also a Dion gift. This is what I was looking at, and then she was like, I'm getting rid of mine, so I'll send it to you. These are beautiful. This is not going anywhere. So yeah, we did get rid of 2. 2 is good. 2 is something. So yeah, like I said, we're in kind of the makeup right now. That's a lot of it is newer. A lot of it is more kind of like the on my mind stuff. So we can run through some of this because it's kind of the, we're going to try to wrap up by 2 hours, 30 minutes. So I appreciate everybody that's been sticking with us. Don't forget to thumbs up. I really appreciate it. And so if you are here and you're watching, I love and appreciate you. I'm going to try to be done by 2 hours, 30 minutes because I'm starting to flag. A lot of this, like I said, is kind of newer stuff that's sitting here. And so a lot of this is probably going to stay, but we can go through it because these are also kind of collection videos. Unoriginal Nudes. This was my late shipment from Bella Beauté Bar from Black Friday, so I've only had this like a week maybe, but very excited to play with that some more. I also, in that same order, got the Coalescence palette with Nippur. Beautiful, beautiful. More muted than I typically go, but some of these are so stunning. Not going anywhere. Obviously, my Ellis Atlantis. I always complain that Blend Bunny doesn't have enough shimmers. So she was like, hold my beer, bitch, and gave me a whole palette of shimmers. 18 pans of shimmers. I love it. And then, of course, the Companion Matte palette. This is good, but I'm never going to be as excited about an all matte palette as I am about an all shimmer palette. I do like the selection of neutrals. I want to try to play with these grays more because I'm like, do we need that many gray eyeshadows? That's the one thing where I'm maybe a little bit like, is that necessary? Another Pry It Out of My Cold Dead Hands from Bella Beauté Bar, the Ultraviolet with Deandra Nicole. The best purple palette ever. I promise you. I promise you. If this is still available or if it gets restocked and you like purple and you've been thinking about a purple palette, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Absolutely love it. The Come Play With Us from Bella Beauté Bar. Beautiful, beautiful, interesting take on Christmas. Love that. I have filmed this now, my Get Ratchet With Me, where I do a Garbage Pail Kids look. I did use some shades out of the Ugly palette from Likely Makeup. This was a lot of fun. I really do like this. And I combined that, of course, if you remember, with the Tones of Turd. So that's going to be coming hopefully in January. Although my time for editing is going to be shortened with the play, so we'll see how it goes. But the Tones of Turd, I did use these, and then the Sexy Glosses from Sexy Red, like Booty Hole Brown. I actually used the shade Gonorrhea, but this is my rearranged Bella Beauté Bar Melted Mattes. I wanted it to look like ice cream. And to me, ice cream is fun and summer and shiny. So I got rid of those neutrals and I put those in instead. This is my basic Witch palette. This I think is untouched. Yeah, this one is glued in. So this one I didn't bother depotting because I don't want to accidentally ruin it. Cloud 9. I did a look with this that I really liked. This is from ColourPop. This is the Cloud 9 palette. I'm going to get rid of this. It was fun, but it's one of those things of like, once I did that look, I feel like there's not that much. The shimmers are pretty, but, and they are, it's ColourPop. It is good quality, but how much gray makeup do I need? If we're being absolutely 100% real, we're going to get rid of Cloud 9. Cloud 9, you gotta go. Yeah. Yep, you gotta go. Okay, then I either bought this or I was gifted this from my friend China. We did if you go to my collabs playlist, I did a collab with China where we did a style swap with P. Louise. And I think I bought this from her when she was clearing out some of her P. Louise. I have some of those book palettes. I showed them in a previous live where I've got like whole pages of highlighters. Her highlighters are stunning. They are so, if you like a strong, bold highlight, and 3 out of 4 of these are really good for my skin tone. I'm talking myself back into it. No, I think it's gonna go. China, I'm so glad I was able to give you a few dollars for that, but I think I have to let it go. Neon Dreams, pry it out of my cold dead hands. I love the neons in here. This almost never ever happens. I've hit pan on an eyeshadow in here. Can we talk about that? Can we have a moment? Can we have a moment of silence for Miss Vanessa? I almost never, unless it's one of those creamy shades that moves around, like Bella Beauté Bar. I imagine the more I use those palettes, I'm gonna hit pan pretty quickly on some of those shimmers, but it's more because of the formulation. It kind of like outs to the side. This is legitimately a matte that I used so much that I wear, and there's a couple with big dents. This yellow Ruhina has a pretty big dent in it. This green Rufia has a pretty big dent in it. This orange Lesso Anam has I wish this was still, this brand isn't even around anymore. Blush Tribe. Oh, this is the best neon palette I've ever had in my life. I love it. Then we have Player 2, another gift from Dion, I believe. Dion, did you send me this one? The Player, yep, because it's got the label ho. It's got a label ho that's got an expiration on there. Expires December of next year. So I've got this one. And then I have the Player 1 was already in my collection. I love these, love these. Hello, I've never had a live pop up on my YouTube feed, but I saw this and you seem really, well, thank you. Thanks for joining. I would love to have you stick around. I try to either have a video or go live at least once a week. And yeah, now if you do vertical lives, if you're scrolling through, it starts to pop up. So I'm glad that you found us. Is your name Lily? Silly Lily, I love that. That's cute. Yeah, so welcome. Thanks for stopping by. But yeah, so we've got these. These are staying. They're not going anywhere. This just was ordered over Black Friday. These are from Day Day Signature. This is the Chromebook Volume 2. Yeah, Volume 2. These are those all shimmer palettes. Oh no, this one has 3 mattes. 3 mattes at the bottom. Beautiful. Beautiful, stunning, no notes, 10 out of 10. And then we have the Chromebook Volume 1 from Day Day Signature. They were both in a bundle. Very magnetized. There's a paper clip that got stuck in there. Beautiful, beautiful shimmers. Beautiful shimmers. Love that. Earlier I was talking about recluttering, and when I was going through and moving stuff around, I had some stuff that I knew was supposed to go into the declutter. We need to spend time again, because remember how these P. Louise, I've got the like bigger palettes. I took these out of the declutter pile and I'm still conflicted. I know I kept the blue one, but these shades are so pretty. They're so pretty. I just love this. I just love this. That's so gorge. And then we have the pink and red. The pink and red is the least interesting to me. There's part of me that like, I have that completionist drive. So I'm like, I feel like if I'm going to keep 4 of them, I should keep 5 of them. If I can get rid of like 2 of them, then it's maybe a little better. This one has to go. This one is not as interesting. The shimmers aren't as interesting. The mattes are all beautiful, but the 2 shimmers are both too light. I like P. Louise. I think that P. Louise is also going to be in my worst of 2025. You're going to find out why. It's not because of the quality of the products. That's a little spoiler. But then we have this orange palette. Now that I'm looking at, okay, that's going to go too. I am going to go, okay. But you know what? I talked myself back into the green one. I have lots of green palettes. I don't care. I love green palettes. This green palette is going to stay. So I'll keep the green and the blue. And then, oh, this purple one, I still like it enough. I'm going to keep the green, blue, and purple, and we'll get rid of the pink and the orange. Yeah, we can do that. This was also in the declutter pile, and this I have to keep. This is from Bella Beauté Bar. This was the Molten Chromes, but because you saw my Melted Mattes, I redid that one. I also redid this one and made it into a neutral palette. But you know what? I fuck with Bella Beauté Bar a lot. So right now we're just doing kind of a random declutter of things that are in my office. So this one is Bella Beauté Bar. Excuse me, pretty girl. And this is a bunch of neutrals that I pulled out of other palettes. I was rearranging a bunch of my palettes, and so I made this one. And I'm like, I'm gonna keep this. Sometimes I'm just looking for some neutrals, and especially now that I've got like these Chromebooks where it's all shimmers, having this around where if I'm like, we really want Day Day Signature to be the star of the show, but we need like to set up a quick matte look to put a couple shimmers on the lid. This would be perfect for that, so I'm going to hold on to that. Let's see, we're at 228, 229. Well, just a little bit longer. So I do have this this is for the UV Makeup Challenge. I ordered this recently from Medusa Makeup. I'm going to hold on to that. This is a liner palette, like a cake liner. We're going to use that. Let me move. I didn't get to all the color pops yet, so once I find those, the next time we declutter. So we've got Hung Van Gogh. So let me see, this is our Outstanding Orange. I'm going to put this in with the Hollywood, the Trixie palette, so that when I do that look based on the Barbie. Thank you, Silly Lily. I do spend a lot of my excess, all of my like disposable income pretty much goes into makeup most of the time, or vintage toys. But yeah, so we're doing a little declutter, and I'm not a savage declutterer. So if you're looking for that, I will disappoint you. But this is the Culture palette from Juvia's Place. And I keep saying I'm going to do something with this, and I am, but I'm saying this in the live. If I have not used this by the next time I sit down to do a declutter, this has to go, because there are beautiful shades in here, but I just don't reach for it. This is the Culture 2, and I love Juvia's Place, and I've had a love for Juvia's Place for a long time, but I don't know. The Noctilucent palette by Blend Bunny. This is never going anywhere. This is my second one. I wore several of these down to the pan. When they clearanced it out, I bought another one, and I think I even have a backup because it went on clearance. They discontinued it, and I think it was on sale for $10. And so even though I was already on my second one, I bought a backup because I love these highlighters. I use them all the time. Hung Van Gogh. Let's look. I think one, maybe two of these might go. The orange, obviously I'm keeping. I think that one will get decluttered after I do that Trixie look. I did the look in the live that I did on Dion's channel, and I'm going to do that look with the Trixie palette. Once I've done those two looks, I think I'll feel like I've gotten what I needed out of that palette. In terms of the other palettes, I do have the new neutral. This is a maybe. I do really like this for being so neutral. The blues are pretty, but that's in the maybe pile. I have other blue palettes I like more. The green I'll definitely keep, because that one I did really like the green looks that we came up with. This is another one, so many in like the Day Day Signature or in those 6-pan all shimmer from Notoriously Morbid Spellcast. I feel like there's a lot of green shimmers, so instead of doing like a brown matte look, I could do a matte look from here and then add those shimmers on. So this is definitely a keep. We'll put that in the, let's see, we cleared out the top drawer pretty well, so let's put them in there. What is this one? Oh, the red. I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't think that I love this one enough to keep it. I love the looks that I came up with, but I don't feel like it's got a lot of revisiting for me. Some of these are pretty, but it's just not me. They're a little too muted. The green, I get more punch. The blue, I get more punch. I am going to keep the blue. So we've kept the green and the blue, and I am going to keep the neutral. And then, like I said, after I do that Trixie look, I'm going to get rid of the orange. So we are getting rid of two of them. One of them is a little bit time delayed, but we are going to get rid of two of the palettes. These are some of my Pride liners from Glisten Cosmetics. lesbian, gay male, bisexual, and transgender. I put the LGBT ones into one of these. Obviously keeping these. If you watch my best of 2025 video, these are featured there. That's another thing. Another thing, I might do like a look on a live. I don't know if I'll do a filmed video, but Dion sent me this. I can't remember if I bought this out of your Mercari or if you just sent this to me. I don't remember. But I want to do a look, and I want to play with more MAC products since I've been buying more of the MAC, like lip products and some blushes. We're definitely going to play with this one because I love this packaging. So good. I did film my Morphe Get Ratchet with Me, and I think you might have just sent it to me. I think I said I was thinking about buying it, and you were like, I'll just send it to you. You might have sent it to me for website stuff. That might have been. I think I've made out way better on that deal than you have. So if you need more help, let me know. You do send a lot. I have an upcoming Get Ratchet with Me where I talk about the new Morphe stuff, and I do have all of the connecting colors. Let's go through those and decide if I really need to keep all of them, although they're not balancing very well on this pile because I have this little skinny palette. So let's take that out of there. Before we get to the connecting colors, I do have these. These were the kind of cardboard palettes that came out before they moved to those connecting colors. This is still the Morphe. There are some pretty shades in here, and I've played a little bit in this, but I haven't done a full look. That shade in the middle inspires me. The rest of this is so neutral, and that's as deep as it goes for deepening up the outer corner. I think I can live without that one. And again, this is pretty, but it's that center shade that's pulling me in. And having played with these, you're going to see in the Get Ratchet with Me that those can be tricky to play with. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one as well. And then we've got 6 of these small 6-pan palettes, and then we've got 5 of the larger palettes, which I think is all the palettes. I think I had some points at one point from Ulta because their Ulta's system really is the best, and I think I got a fair amount of this for free or for discounted because of those points, but I did end up with all of these. So let's go through them and decide if we need to keep them. So this is the first one. This is Rich Glitch. This is kind of a neutral taupey. It is kind of... Let's put this in a maybe pile. And I really like the packaging on these, so I don't know. I'm still kind of percolating doing something else on my website in addition to the video. This is more of like a stone with some silver. Oh, that's gotta stay. This is the one with green. Oh, sorry, I didn't say the name of this. This one is Cyber Chrome. Then we have Python Code, which is green with gold. Oh, this is pretty. I love it. I ended up doing a pink look in the Get Ratchet with Me, so I didn't use this one, but I'm dying to use it. I definitely need to do more with the Morphe, so I'm probably not going to get rid of these. This pink one, this is Love Bite. There's the cover. I just love the packaging. They do look a little bit like they're trying to dupe the MAC connecting color palettes. There are some significant differences, but it's definitely a step up from those cardboard ones. Those were easy to let go of. Yeah, the green is my favorite color, Lily. So it's hard for me sometimes to part with green makeup for sure. So this is like a pinky, cool brown one. That's very pretty. Love Bite. Then we have Outer Spice. Fun little play on words, which is a fun, starting to get a little bit more warm, but still very light. I don't know. I think I need to decide if I'm going to do something for my website. And then this pastel one, also another favorite. I love the way these look together. Yeah, green is my absolute favorite. I'm such a fan for green all the time. I'm gonna hold on to all these Morphe palettes, I think, for now. Look for something to come to the website. For the big ones, this is Flickering Sands. Now, these don't have any of those kind of like baked shades. They just have like shimmers and metallics and mattes. And there's more shades, there's fewer palettes. Flickering Sands. And then we have this one, which is Electric Current. Current spelled like the fruit. And then we have pink and purple. Then we have Moonstone, which is that one. This is grays and cool tones. That little pop of peach there. They kind of look dusty when I hold them up though, don't they? I need to do a couple more looks, and I need to get that video edited, and I need to have something on my website. Once that's up, maybe I'll be able to, because right now that completionist urge is kicking in, and so I want to keep them because right now I have all of them. And look at how pretty this packaging is. I know you shouldn't keep things just for the packaging, but these are so fun with this like acrylic top, and it's got the image underneath, and all the images are so beautiful. This is Rose Frequency, and this is like a pinker. That's so dusty. Look at how dusty that is. But okay, everything in its time. I have to get to these. This was the one I got these. If you saw my live where I talked about my $8 Ulta haul where I bought a whole bunch of the Morphe Christmas stuff, this was one of the things, and this definitely got heavily featured in that Get Ratchet With Me that's coming. And this is Naughty is the name of this one. And this one, instead of having the art, it has like an actual molded, those are actual ridges, which I think is really cool. And then I wish the inside had more like bright red. It's kind of dusty. I want these to be better, but again, we're going to do more content with them. So once the content is done, then it may be a little bit more open season on some of these. But while I'm still percolating potential posts, we got into the alliteration. Yeah, I like them. I'm a drag queen, right? So like every once in a while, especially like for YouTube or for TikTok, I'll do like a soft nudie, a little bit more muted. But most of the time I want like color, like I want raw. And so these are just a little bit dusty for that. I think they are, for people who are not, me, like a big hooker clown, I think that they are a great option. I'm not trashing them at all, but they just, for the way I do my makeup. So when I say dusty, because it does sound kind of rude, right? When I say dusty, when I say dusty, I'm talking more about just like, it's so muted, and so it's a go to office palette for, oh yes, absolutely. I get what you're saying. And I think that sometimes people are like, some people want to argue about words, right? Like, and there are some people who say like, and I get it, because like when you say wearable, I'm a big old drag queen. Like I shave off my eyebrows and I paint almost to my forehead. So like if I can get it on my face, it's wearable. But we all know what wearable means, right? Like if we're going to keep it 100, like we can admit that we know what wearable means. Wearable means that sometimes people work in places where snooty old white people are going to like lower their glasses and look at you, and Tracy from HR is going to have to call you in to ask you questions. And so you need to keep it more profesh. You have to keep it conservative. And I don't mean that in the political sense. We don't have to go there, but like you have to keep it conservative, right? Like it's the places that say no dyed hair. Like they don't mean no dyed hair. Like my blonde hair that I dye would be fine. They mean no pink dyed hair, no purple dyed hair, no turquoise. And so like big cut crease looks with like winged eyeliner is not going to work in those kind of office settings. So when people say wearable, that's what they mean. They mean like, could you wear this anywhere? Because like my drag look, my workplace technically has no dress code, but I think if one day I just showed up with like a big cut crease, there might be some questions at the very least, right? Like I think there is. Yeah, and that's the thing, is it doesn't mean it's all corporate environments, but like there are those corporate environments out there where they're like, it needs to be conservative. And even if there's no like official policy, there's also, offices always have that like unofficial policing of behavior, like, and so like when we say wearable, that's kind of what we're talking about. We're talking about like neutral. Yeah, in some places they're really extreme and they're just like any makeup, like you should come in sackcloth and ashes, and some places take it way too far. But the places that are like no visible tattoos, no non-natural hair colors, like that's what we're talking about with wearable. Of it has to be like the conservative, it has to be a little bit more blend in. The no makeup girlies thrive in those environments. That's what we're talking about with with wearable is just like, could you wear this in a more conservative environment? And I think that's too bad because all of those things are changeable, right? So if I've never understood that, even if you do work with customers, because sometimes people are like, oh, the customer might not like it. Well, the customer can fuck off. Like the customer can eat a bag of dicks because they're coming in for the product. They're not coming in for my face or your face. But especially if you just work in an office where you're not meeting anybody outside. I mean, if I came in yesterday and I had brown hair and I come in tomorrow and I've got turquoise hair, is the quality of my work going to change at all? If I come in and I've got a tattoo on my arm that you can see, does my work change? If I come in and I've got clown makeup on, like, does my work change? Absolutely not. So, like, all of that, and I'm so glad that so much of that is breaking down. And so much of it really does stem from white supremacy. And, like, because a lot of those things that control what you can put on your face and how you present your makeup are also the places that have the same kind of policies that, like, whether they say it explicitly or not, will punish people for having natural, like curly textured hair, which is primarily women of color. I mean, there are some people, you know, you might have a Sicilian woman that comes in and has that really like C4 texture as well, but they're the minority of the group, right? Like we know what that's about. When people have those kind of policies, we know what that's about. You don't have to say it to say it, like we know. And so that's the kind of stuff where I'm like, all those policies, I'm all about people kind of working against them and pushing against them because it's so stupid. I don't know if my work has a dress code for makeup, but I just feel overdone around everyone. Work in a bank, call center. Yeah, if you work in a call center, they can't see you over the phone. Why would that matter? And that's where I started. My company doesn't really have a dress code overall. But especially like in the call center, they were like, listen, we just need you to be professional. And if you can sound professional, for some people, it honestly does make a difference. Like there are some people, if they're in their little like Cookie Monster pajama pants, they just can't muster their customer service voice. And then you have to be like, okay, maybe it's time to put a little bit more effort in. Like maybe it's time to be a little bit more, whatever. But if you can like put on your customer service voice and you come in your jammy pants and all your bits are covered, that's all we care about. Like that's the only thing that we really had to worry about. It's meant to be expensive and flamboyant. Yes, that's how I feel about it. I'm never going to be your drugstore diva. I think makeup should be expensive and fun and crazy. Expressive, yeah. Oh, expensive too. I'm not a drugstore. I'm not a drugstore aficionado. I do like some products, and especially complexion products. I find really good ones. But yeah, dress code is business casual. Yeah. Yeah, so those kinds of things. When they say business casual, they often apply that to makeup as well, of that like the business casual. And it's going to be different in every environment, but a lot of times we're talking in very kind of loose terms. Totally my last job, and we were in a dispatch call center. Oh yeah, yeah. That's so weird. That's so weird when call centers worry about how people like are dressed. It's like they can't see me. You do know how phones work, right? Like you've been around a phone before. I always worry about that. We went way past 2 hours and 30 minutes, but I appreciate the discussion. So, yeah, so that's kind of, I think that how did we get onto that? With Morphe, because I was saying the like wearable kind of stuff. And, yeah, like it's one of those things where it doesn't, when you say that it is a certain kind of thing, it doesn't mean that everybody who is part of that, like not everybody who has a corporate job is going to, or works in an office job is going to have those kind of expectations. But it's kind of when people say that, that's kind of what they're referencing. When people talk about bridal makeup, there's kind of a sort of expectation of what that is. But if you come from different cultures, if you come from different experiences, bridal makeup is going to be very different. But like the industry term bridal makeup has like certain kind of meanings. So I think, and it's good to iron that out, right? Because if you're just going with what the kind of maybe like mainstream boring interpretation of something is, and somebody says, oh, I want this, and then you give them the like stereotype, and you didn't realize that when they said bridal makeup, they meant that like I'm an alternative bride and my wedding dress is pink, like hot pink. Like they're not going to want a traditional bridal makeup. So I think it's good to have those conversations. I think it's good to kind of talk about that and kind of tweeze that stuff out, because I think that's good. You can tell I'm getting tired because now I'm also just like kind of like, yeah. I'm sort of like flagging and I'm just like, yeah, yeah. So that's, we got through a lot of stuff. I didn't get rid of a ton of stuff, but I did fill up this little bin. I've got this stack of bins. And like I said, I was going through a lot of the stuff that's more, um, a little bit newer. A lot of this stuff is newer, so it wasn't going to go anyway. Once we get over to like this, once I start going through the stuff on these shelves and I start going through the stuff in the drawers that I have over there, more stuff will probably get decluttered. But um, yeah, and I've got a little spinner thing, and I need to go through liners so bad. And sometime it's going to be its own video. I also have to do a brush declutter, but I'm going to wait until I've like washed all my brushes. Yeah, I'm glad you got work done. I'm glad that this was here, and I appreciate everybody for sticking around. This was a long one, almost 3 hours. We're at 2:48, so I appreciate everybody. Silly Lily who stopped in. I'm so glad that you found us. So glad we popped across your screen. Thank you so much for coming. And let's see if I can remember my outro, because I always forget. I'm so rusty at this. Yeah, so go ahead. Once this converts over to a video after we end, don't forget, I would love it if you would stop back and leave a comment below. Feed that algorithm, or replay crew, you rock. We'd love to hear your thoughts down below about what you thought of my not at all savage declutter, or just our discussions about things in general. While you are down there, don't forget to give me that thumbs up to tell me that you appreciated the video, or if you are like, girl, you need to declutter faster, you need to declutter more, higher, further, faster, you need to get into it, go ahead and give me that thumbs down. It is all engagement. The algorithm isn't a picky bitch, and neither am I. And while you're down there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, become part of the family. Then I started to do my intro again. I am getting tired. I try really hard to have at least one video a week, or a live. Now I've said video or live, and especially with I have a play. Check my post tab to find out more about my play that I'm directing. But especially until February, I might only have one time for one video or live a week. But I try, and sometimes if you're lucky, if you're very lucky, you might even get a bonus video. Ooh, declutterific. And if you'd like to chat, banter, or commiserate between uploads, all of my social media will be linked down in the description box below, including a link to my website, just pretend it's there, The World of Champagne at janessaj.com. Silly Lily, if you're wondering what that is, on my channel when I have filmed videos, at the end of the video I do this little outro, and I always go like this, and my website sort of magically appears in between my hands. And so during lives I always just say, just pretend it's there. So if you're wondering what that was, if you thought I would crazy, that's what it was. Thank you everybody for coming and for chatting and for hanging out for so long. I love and appreciate all of you. Don't forget to thumbs up, and until I see you again, bye. And the awkward, a flyer for lives. Oh, now I got distracted. Oh, we'll have to talk about that. Okay, how do I turn this off? I'm trapped on live. Okay, bye.